Oh, double popper.
Yeah, I gotta do it too.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, you fucker.
Oh, that was a light
Twisted
pop right
on
there.
me.
Oh, you are letting everyone down. There it is, kind of.
What a weak
What a disappointing pop.
I feel like Monster changed the top of their can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like smaller.
Oh.
It looks smaller.
They're doing like a lesser aluminum?
Maybe I got bigger.
Maybe you got bigger. That could be. That sounds delicious.
It looks smaller, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my fucking mind.
I don't know. I don't really remember. I don't think I pay attention.
It feels small. Looks small, feels small.
No, I hear that. Welcome to We Need Wrestling, everybody.
You feel that.
Yes, that's what I said. I understand.
Yes.
Welcome to We Need Wrestling. I'm DJ. That's Brett.
What up?
And we got we're gonna talk wrestling.
Is that what we do here?
That's what we do here.
I need to be reminded.
I mean, we can fuck around if you want to fuck around, but we're here to talk wrestling.
Yeah, I got a bunch of shit.
Right. It was last week we sort of talked about how unbusy wrestling was. This week picked up a little bit.
It sure did.
Not with Tag League, not New Japan Juniors Tag League. Did you watch any of that this week?
One match.
Oh, really? Okay.
I watched.
Nice.
They're already in the finals.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I saw that Taguchi and DKC have like 4 points, and I was like, I'm good. Saddling Taguchi with that.
I would say probably for the best.
Yeah.
Leave the DKC. Ugh. Go away, pal. Go away.
So who's in the finals? I'll talk later.
Yeah.
So some stuff happened, some interesting things and some not interesting things, I guess. But you're all right? Everything's okay? You're doing good.
Fucking
buddy.
Alive, man.
All right, good.
I'm feeling good.
I'm glad.
Ready for the week to end, even though I had a short week of work.
Yeah.
Still ready for it to end.
Absolutely.
Work's fine. I just want it to end.
Right.
I'll do fun shit.
Yes. Precisely.
How are you?
I'm good, buddy.
Good.
You know, living that life.
Living that life.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know what that entails.
It's cold.
Yeah.
It snowed up here briefly yesterday.
That's lame.
It flurried. It wasn't nothing stuck, you know. But we got a frost last night. Which is why we picked our pears today. Because we've been putting that off forever because we're dummies.
No, it's I don't know. Downtown's been all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been tough. It's been cold up here.
Not still. I wouldn't say warm.
Well,
but, you know.
yeah. We got some frosty business up here.
Yeah.
So
no thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we can get right into fucking wrestling, right?
Sure.
Let's not keep the people waiting any longer.
What you got?
All right. Well, what news? You said, did you have a piece of news? I can Google news. There's already a bunch of interesting news topics here, I think.
Yeah.
What do you got?
All right. One thing. I'll save it till shit I watched, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, the Ric Flair AEW deal.
Okay. Yeah. We'll figure we.
That seems to be the hot topic today.
Yes.
He signed a multi-year Legends.
What a weird
deal
decision that is
with AEW.
Yeah.
And his Woo Energy is like the official energy drink of AEW. Right. Listen, I've seen a lot of people poo-pooing this.
Sure.
And rightfully so.
Yeah, I poo-poo it.
I don't get the point.
Nope.
I just don't understand it. I know like they're pretty much said like the sponsorship is almost just like paying Flair's salary.
Sure.
But I just, not for me, dog.
Yeah,
I feel like, I don't know. I don't want to overreact or whatever, but it does feel like with that, like AEW's like moving backwards.
Yes. He's not needed in this company. I don't see
more people not needed in AEW later.
And like, we talked about Flair last week, right? And we were at Dynamite and sort of, we talked about how like, logically I understand Flair's a bad person.
Of course.
Allegedly, but it still sort of was exciting to see Ric Flair,
sure,
right?
Absolutely.
And But it puts Tony in a interesting predicament because you're a billionaire, so I don't know how much of an actual moral high ground you have, but your perceived moral high ground that you use against Vince is eroded, if not completely wiped away.
Yeah, and that's where a lot of the hypocritical stuff is coming from.
By bringing Rick in. And like Rick doesn't run the company. Rick is just a paid guy.
Sure, of course.
Rick is, I hope to God Rick doesn't convince them to let him fucking wrestle. But like, I understand. I said this in the Discord. Like, I understand, like bringing Rick in for Stinger,
of
right?
Course, yeah.
That you want Stinger to go out, and of course, there's going to be a lot of nostalgia tied into that.
Yeah, nothing's wrong with that,
right? And like Ric Flair still carries weight in the wrestling world. Sure. People go to a meet and greets to see him. They go to events. Like he is still a pretty popular guy amongst your average wrestling fan. But I don't know what he brings to AEW. And even if I was to make a list of the things he could potentially bring to AEW, I don't know that those things are needed in AEW.
Yeah.
Right? And I understand... And there's talk Tony Khan, them and Warner Brothers haven't come to a new TV deal. Is this part of it? Like, look at this name we got. That seems weird. The Woo Energy, I just don't care. And they said it's going to be carried at the arenas. They're going to bring it with them on the arenas, and they're going to be selling it all over the place. And it's going to be
giving that shit away for free.
Right. It's going to be on it's mushroom based, which is super weird. But it's going to be on the announce tables and all over the camera shots and all that kind of shit. Ugh. And that's money. You're bringing in money, whatever. But like Ric Flair in 2023 in WWE, I'm like, yeah, of course. Ric Flair in 2023 in AEW is like, are you guys sure this is a good idea?
I just don't know. Even get past all like the quote unquote cancelable stuff,
right?
Whatever.
No, because what I mean by is this a good idea is that from a sort of what happens in wrestling companies when you start collecting old men, is that your company dies.
It's a weird move,
right? Like
it's I get it, but I don't.
Yeah,
and it just feels like taking a step back.
If you can make cool Ric Flair action figures,
and I'm sure that's part of it,
Obviously now, AEW and fucking Pro Wrestling Tees is going to be pumping out the Ric Flair branded AEW t-shirts.
Of course. I'm surprised there's not one up already.
Right. Ric Flair meet and greets are going to start like all that kind of shit, right? And whatever, like, all right, maybe we'll get some cool Ric Flair action figures we didn't think we would get. But like an actual television relevant Ric Flair hasn't existed in 15 years. When was his last match ever against Shawn Michaels?
Yeah, I think that was it? I know it was a Mania in Florida. I just don't know which one. I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, it's just it seems like an overwhelmingly negative feedback to this. Mm-hmm. And if Tony Khan is online as
2008.
I wanted to say that.
So that's 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Is his retirement match. And in my headcanon, that's the last Ric Flair match.
Yeah.
He never stepped foot in Shawn Michaels said, "I'm sorry, I love you."
And that was it.
And he never stepped in a wrestling ring ever again.
Well, go watch TNA. It's just, I don't know. I don't understand it.
Neither. And they're collecting a lot of olds. I think it's not a lot, but
yeah, that I don't agree with.
But lot of olds. But the Flair, Edge,
but Edge is still actively working.
He is still actively working. But it's starting, and the TV shows will tell us one way or the other. But on paper, you're making the comparison to WWE Light a lot easier for the people that were already saying that.
Yeah, I just, I don't know. I don't get it, I guess.
It's a weird decision. I wouldn't have done it. I don't know what it brings. I don't know what needle it moves.
Yeah, like if somebody could sit me down and lay it out for me, their business plan and how they're going to utilize it, I'd go, okay.
Right.
I'll listen. Yeah. But for now, I don't understand.
Right. And he wasn't on TV this week.
Could have just paid him per appearance
for
the next 6 months.
Right.
And then get rid of him.
Yeah. It's got to be...
It feels like it's not needed.
It's definitely not needed. So it's got to be like the taking advantage of the merchandise of it all.
I guess.
I don't know. Like, do we even need more Ric Flair action figures?
So, I mean, the thing is, Ric Flair is more pop culturally relevant than I think we understand.
Sure.
Especially like in the hip hop and the rap game. People love Ric Flair.
Right.
Sample his shit all the time for songs. So
is that going to move a needle that in a direction that or is that going to move a needle, let alone a needle that AEW needs moved?
I don't know.
You know,
I can't say yes or no on that.
It's just bizarre.
Yeah, it's weird. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And I just don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, and it also is really interesting that a week ago, just there out of the blue, like Arn was like, yeah, I'm not with the company. Arn Anderson's like, I'm not with the company anymore. And then 2 weeks after that, Ric Flair's signed a multi-year deal. I'm not saying they forced Arn out.
Yeah.
But Arn probably saw what was about to happen. It was like, I don't need to still be here.
That could be coincidental. I don't know.
But I mean that AEW has now had at one point 3 of the 4 horsemen signed.
They sure have.
So
Paul Roma, you're still out there.
Right.
Let's complete the circle.
Right. They're gonna bring in Luger.
I mean, they could.
And wrestling does still have a gigantic nostalgia element to it. Right?
It does.
But is Ric Flair that nostalgia element that's worth it right now? I don't know what you're paying
for some
him.
people. Yeah, they'll tell you yes.
Right.
You know, they will.
It's interesting.
For me, I don't understand.
Yeah.
For some people, this is probably a big deal to them.
Right. And a multi-year contract doesn't mean Ric Flair is going to be on TV all the time.
I hope not.
I would be shocked if they try and use him as a manager. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think I
don't trust him enough with a microphone.
I think, like you said, I think they want the pop culture sort of effect of Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And, to sort of signal, WWE doesn't want these guys. Rick was a guy who, up until recently, was like, I'm not going anywhere but Vince.
Yeah.
And, and a lot of people have said that, Jericho told Vince, I'll never work for anybody else. Like, a lot of these people are like, no, all right, well, I'll go where I'm wanted. I just don't see the want for Ric Flair. They have Jake, we don't see Jake ever.
No, he's...
but Jake was there. We just had Steamer. He was there for a little bit.
Yeah, one appearance.
It's so and the nostalgia's great. I'm happy to see those guys. But Rick's a weird one, especially with the last year or 2 years Rick has had. It's really weird.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's an interesting take. I don't know. We'll see. It is a different ballgame if he's on TV every week versus just being signed with the company and they can put his face on shit to sell. Because here's the thing. If you put out an AEW Ric Flair action figure and put it at your merch stand at live events, they're going to sell out.
People will absolutely
If you bring a Ric Flair t-shirt to a live event, even whether he's there or not, people are going to buy it.
Oh, no doubt.
So, maybe that's the point.
Shit all the time.
Right. Maybe that's the point.
And if it is, then I get it.
Right. I guess. Make that money.
Have to do it.
But it is a bizarre... It's just not something, like I said... if it moves a needle, I'm not sure it's going to move the needles that AEW needs moving in going into 2024.
Sure.
But who knows?
What else you got?
All right. Dralistico signed with AEW officially, I guess. He's been on an appearance thing.
Sure.
From SE Scoops, Dolph Ziggler has a lot to say at his first post WWE comedy show.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm all set over here.
Kicks off November 16th in Los Angeles. It's
cool.
Hunkamania. It's him and his brother.
Cool. Cool, and more cool.
He says, we time it around a big wrestling show that allows us to have surprise guests from wrestling to do cameos.
Oh, that's innovative. People haven't been doing that for the past 10 years.
You'll be catching a different Dolph, a Nick Nemeth who's doing live comedy without being employed for the last 2 decades by WWE. That is a very unique first time ever sort of thing. It's safe to assume he's got some interesting new material.
Cool. Yeah, now I can just let that Fox News freak flag fly.
Is Ziggler one of those guys too?
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. Let's see. We talked about Ric Flair. Gigi Dolan and Zachary Wentz announced their engagement. Congratulations to those kids.
Lucky man.
Adam Copeland gets real about how long he continues to wrestle. He said, his retirement's an option. There were 3 blah, 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 blah. I don't know, whatever. Let's see. Big E names his favorite match ever. Big E was asked what his own personal favorite on the Undrafted All-Stars podcast. I don't know what that is. Big E was asked what his own personal favorite match he's had, and it's one that undoubtedly took a team effort. We had a Hell in a Cell match with the Usos. At the time, tag team wrestling had not been elevated like that. Like, you've never had an opportunity to have 30 minutes on a pay-per-view inside a Hell in a Cell, right? Guys are incredible to see where the Usos have gone now, to see that the way they've elevated their careers is just beyond impressive. And I saw he's still doing healthy, but he's not sure if he'll be able to come back.
Yeah, I kind of just hope he doesn't.
Yeah. Strong indication MJF could be leaving AEW. Some ringside news from 6 hours ago as we record this. That's been talked forever. The bidding war of 2024. Tony gave him that big bonus when he was whining and complaining 2 years ago or whatever. But this article cites the interesting thing is that Tony Khan had his big announcement this week on Dynamite, which was that in a month, tickets are going on sale for All In. So they started cranking out the All In ads, the advertising, all that kind of shit. And MJF isn't on any of it.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I think that's just because he's not signed. Like, everybody's going to be on it. It's going to be people who are guaranteed to be there. You're not going to put MJF on something. So then if it happens and he's not there, people are going to go, why wasn't MJF here? Look at this ad. It said MJF was going to be here.
Card subject to change.
Right. So you play it safe for now. Kevin Kelly elaborates on his decision to leave New Japan Pro Wrestling. CM Punk cleared more than $1 million to fight Mickey Gall and get knocked out. I would love to get $1 million to get knocked out by Mickey Gall.
He didn't get knocked out.
Well, whatever. To lose to Mickey Gall.
The old tap.
Oh, did he tap to Mickey Gall? Okay. That's interesting. Sting didn't want to wait for Revolution to retire.
Stinger.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to finish earlier in December. But now that Rick's here with me, I want to go longer all the way to Revolution. All I can say for now is I want people to walk away and say, wow, what an ending. I'll be 3 weeks away from turning 65 at that point. I want to leave people.
That's crazy.
Right. I want to leave people with a memory that will mean something. What's crazier is him saying 3 weeks away from 65 is that last night was Billy Gunn's 60th birthday.
It sure was.
So...
Steroids. They work. Ask Marcus.
Absolutely. If Billy Gunn is the testament to anything, that steroids have you live a long, healthy life.
Absolutely.
So, but that's it for news, I guess. There's nothing else. We'll see how everything shakes out. It's interesting that Stinger gave the very company answer of like, well, now that Rick is here.
Well, yeah, Stinger... I know Sting's like cool to us and cool to everybody else, but he's an old school guy,
right, exactly.
Right. He's not gonna.
He's
not gonna bury those dudes.
Right. He's loyal to a fault.
Even when he shouted out like Hogan and the fans booed, he's like, say what you want.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, well, he's got a point.
Right.
All right.
But I guess let's get into actual wrestling from this week, buddy.
So, did you watch the Vlad Superfan documentary on Peacock?
I did. I don't have any notes on it, but I watched the Vlad Superfan.
It was good, man. 37 minutes long. It's a nice, easy watch.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah.
Bums me out.
Yeah. So it jumped up. People were tweeting about it at some point last week.
So it was
they were like,
I think it was Friday.
Yeah.
They're like, it's available international on the WWE
Network. It might have been.
But it wasn't on Peacock.
It's when we were recording, I think. It was before you left, maybe.
No, it was Friday.
Was it Friday? Yeah. And so I saw people talking about it, and I went to bed that night, and I was like, I'm not tired, but I want to go in and put something on and fall asleep to it. And I was like, I'm going to watch Halloween Havoc.
Sure.
I was like, I haven't laid in bed and watched wrestling in a while. Usually I put on a movie. But I watched 56 movies in October. I was like, I don't want to watch them. I'm good. So I was like, well, let me put on I'll go on Peacock and I'll throw on Halloween Havoc. And when I went on there, the Vlad thing was up on Peacock. It was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm fucking watching this in case this disappears or something.
Get it in now. Yeah.
So I just ended up staying up watching it. It's only 37 minutes, whatever. And it was cool. I did see some people say, and I tend to agree with them, like, it seems like it was cut down from its original intention. I don't know why it didn't get any fanfare. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it got announced a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why this drop.
Yeah, it was very, very out of nowhere.
A lot of people wanted to watch this thing.
Yeah, a lot of people did watch it.
We were waiting for the Luger one. Did they ever drop that Luger one?
Nope, never dropped it.
And but yeah, it was interesting to sort of see like Vlad like basically be like, I was able to get front row because you had to line up at the Garden to buy tickets. So I would just line up, be first in line at the Garden, and
Nuts.
I'd save my money, and like all that kind of stuff, and talking about his mom. And then you get to like the COVID stuff because it's shot during COVID. Yeah. And you find out that like his mom died, and then he's alone and he's in New York, and sort of like lost, and wrestling can't happen, which has been his thing his entire life. Yeah. Because he talks about the best moment of his life is when Roddy Piper called him into the ring. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. And so and he shows off his collection, and like this man just, his heart is professional wrestling.
Yeah, man.
And it's just, it was interesting and sad.
Yeah, I mean, he talks about, he hit rock bottom basically.
Right. Tried 3 times he tried to take his own life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was sad. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, when you have that like taken away from you, like, all you want is wrestling, and then it's gone. It's tough, you know.
COVID was tough on everyone.
Oh, absolutely, it was.
And like to have that, what is, for better or worse, it's his identity, right?
100%.
And I don't like, we can argue whether or not your full 100% of your identity in life is wrestling is good or not. We can litigate that another day. Yeah. But it is for him, and he lost his mom, and then the only thing that got him through hard times, daddy. And so that was really, really sad. And then to just also have a WWE just drop it, like just to put it on there without any fanfare, it's really just weird.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome,
but I liked it a lot. It was cool. I'm glad they didn't name Green Lantern fan when they were going through other celebrity fans.
Celebrity fans nowadays suck.
Yeah,
not fucking.
They suck dead too.
Not Vlad. Vlad rocks.
But like Green Lantern fan
or like I like how they bring up like ECW sign guy, hack guy, and they're like White Zombie guy or whatever, Faith No More guy, whatever you want to call them. Mm-hmm. That made me laugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Some people like poo-pooed on it. I was like, stop fucking have a good time.
Oh, really? People poo-pooed?
Yeah, like just have a good time. Like it's 37 minutes. It's fine.
Right. And it's, for like better or worse, it's essentially he's one of us. I mean, we do other things.
I love all the clips of like just the wrestlers like shouting them out.
Yeah,
like
Jarrett.
Yeah,
Jarrett
that's how old this is.
Right.
But even like like the old footage of like Bulldog and Sid and Sean.
Sean hugging him every time he comes out. Yeah.
I was like, that's cool as shit. I love Brucey when he's addressing the rumors like of who Vlad was. Like, is that Vince's personal trainer?
Right.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I liked it.
I thought it was cool.
It was a nice little ending. You got to go to Mania when it was in Tampa. It was still COVID times, like 2021, I want to say.
Yeah. He said he's only missed one Mania.
Yeah, and he met with like Trips and stuff, and they gave him that plaque and everything, and I thought that was cool as shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I liked it, man.
Not everything needs to be fucking a bummer. Like, seeing that guy kind of like just enjoy wrestling. What's wrong with that?
Right.
Yeah. I like it.
It's his whole life, and he's got to be a part of it, which is, I'm sure a lot of people would love to have had the life experiences that Vlad has had.
Yeah. Lift up the little kid so Bret Hart could put the glasses on them. Yeah, it's fucking cool. I wish I was that little kid.
Bret the Gift Man Hart, you mean?
That's my fucking guy, brother.
But
I wish I lived in Canada.
when I saw that was Canadian only, I was like,
yeah.
you son of a bitch. They should do it over here with Shawn Michaels, and I won't want it to happen. But yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was fun, and like, it's nice to see WWE instead of lying about some of their own past superstars, they can put out a documentary about a fan and sort of let him have more of his moment.
Yeah, it was cool.
Because he was just so happy to like talk wrestling and show off his collection, and like the t-shirts, like the Rockers t-shirt, and like they show him getting it thrown to him, and the Hogan one, like that's a lot of history, a lot of crazy shit right there.
And I'm hashtag not a bendy guy.
Yeah.
But they put up a Vlad bendy, the majors did for pre-order, which that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was getting some good money from that, I would hope.
Yeah, I think that's cool as shit. So, all right. I guess actual wrestling.
Okay.
SmackDown, I don't have anything.
I looked at the list for SmackDown and I was like, I'm not watching any of this.
The LA Knight Roman Reigns sit down was really good.
Yeah.
But I'll let Joe talk about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to put on, me personally, I'm not going to put on wrestling for just a promo. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do just a match and then be like, oh, well, I'll watch this promo because I'm already watching it.
Yeah.
But I did see that LA Knight call them out on the Suffer and Succotash thing, which is really funny.
For Monday Night Raw, I have two things.
Okay.
First thing I have is the Creed brothers.
This is the one thing that I watched on Raw because people were talking about
versus the Alpha Academy.
Yes.
The Creed brothers debut on Raw. I thought the match was pretty goddamn good.
It was.
That Brutus ball finisher is so awkward, and I love it.
I hate it.
Oh, it's so weird, and I love it.
Do you know, here's why I dislike it. Because you're putting the guy who, commentary at least, puts over, and in the ring, puts him over as the powerhouse, and he's the one that's jumping off the top rope.
Fuck it.
And I know it's because the other guy's taller, so he's, whatever. Super weird. I understand they're, they were trying to find a variation on Steiner Brothers stuff for them. I don't know that it works. My biggest takeaway from this match is that Ivy Nile, God bless Ivy Nile, she was cheesing the whole time. She could not believe that they were on the main roster on, the bigger show.
Sure.
Like, just so happy to normally, and I know they came out as baby faces, and in NXT they at least used to be heels with the Diamond Mine and all that, with Stoke and Roddy. Remember all that?
Oh yeah.
But she just immediately came out and she was just all smiles, so happy to be there, and that's really cool. I liked it a lot, and it's the right move having them win, because if you're going to debut somebody and you like them and you want them to look strong, you have them win against two pretty strong wrestlers.
Yeah.
So,
the other thing I watched was another tag team match.
Oh.
The newly reformed DIY.
Cool.
Johnny Gargano
and
Mr. Tomato Ciampa against Imperium.
Oh.
This wasn't as good as the first match, but this was still pretty fucking good, man. Good. And I watched it at DIY 1, and I'm going, they're building a sneaky good tag division if they want.
Yeah.
That's 4 teams right there where I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's split those fucking belts up and, I don't know, one on SmackDown, one on Raw.
Yeah.
Either any of those 4 teams can hold the belts, and I wouldn't be mad about it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, I think that's, hopefully that continues. From NXT.
What was the main event? What was the Damian Priest match, the main event at Raw?
I have no idea. I didn't watch it.
I saw that it was the lowest rated Raw main event segment in a decade.
Oh, no, I didn't watch it.
All time or something.
So NXT Halloween Havoc night 2. I could not
bring myself to watch night 2.
So that's a shame because there were 2 pretty killer matches.
Yeah.
There was a TLC match, which was
the Creed brothers,
against Hector Garza and I think it's Angel Garza, and Humberto Carrillo. Dude,
I saw that people said it was a really good TLC match.
These motherfuckers went for it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's probably 5 tables broken.
Yeah.
Lots of gross chair shots. Lots of chair shots into the other guy holding a chair, then that guy would hit himself in the head with it.
Okay.
Humberto Carrillo hit this weird spinning kick into a chair and busted open the one Creed brother, and that was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, this was seriously sick.
Did they treat anything like a Creed brothers farewell, or they're going to be doing both for a little while still?
I think they're going to be doing both.
No.
I don't know, but I was like all about this. Garza and Carrillo, very good.
Okay.
And then I watched the main event for the NXT title. Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes.
Yes.
These dudes have such good chemistry.
Yeah, I did look it up, and I saw somebody say that like it was really good, but it wasn't as good as their first time around. So I was like, yeah, I'm good then.
I don't know. I enjoyed the shit out of it. Good. There was some, like, I don't know. I like when shit gets awkward sometimes, and shit wasn't like timed perfect, but they still hit it, and it was good. At one point, Hayes was laid out on the announce table, and Dragunov got up on the guardrail and jumped off and gave him the forearm to his like neck through the table, which was cool.
Yeah.
Dragunov won. There was a gross DDT where Dragunov's sitting on the apron, Hayes is in the ring. He does like a over the top rope to like jump to the outside. And when he's up in the air, he catches Dragunov by the head and spike DDTs him on the apron. Okay. I thought Dragunov broke his fucking neck. It was gross.
Nice.
The big problem with NXT, I cannot fucking stand Booker T.
Right. I mean, it's the problem.
His commentary, it was so bad.
Yeah.
Like somebody got hit with a knee or something during the main event, and I'm going to try to make the noise. He just goes, wow. I'm just like, dude, what is this adding? Like, this sucks. The other guy's fine. That Vic Joseph, I think his name is. He's fine. This was like fucking, he's terrible.
Yeah.
But those were two really good fucking TV matches, man. I was like very into both of them. I watched them today, and I was surprised at how good they were.
Yeah.
So enough WWE. They are holding Roman versus LA Knight on Saturday.
And then they're coming to Wilkes-Barre on Monday.
Yeah. I'm still kicking around buying a ticket. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, all right. A-Dub Rampage. So we were at this Rampage. This was filmed after Dynamite in Philly last week.
Yes.
And the way it's shown is definitely out of order.
Okay.
So they show Mike Santana versus Ortiz first in their street fight. When we were there, this was filmed last.
Sure was.
I watched it back on TV. I liked it a lot live. I liked it a lot on TV too.
Yeah. I liked it better on TV.
A lot of hard striking when they just got into these weird fits of smacking each other, which I thought was real good.
I like commentary did a good job too on this, like to build it and sort of keep you engaged.
Yeah. Mike Santana wins.
Yes.
With that, like, I don't even know what the fuck that finish was.
Yeah.
It was almost like a weird sit-out power bomb, but might have been a pile driver.
Yeah.
And Ortiz's shoulder was on Santana's leg. It was clearly up, and Rick Knox counted the 3 anyway.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good for Rick Knox. He fucking sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was good, though.
That was really good. Hard-hitting. Crowd reacted to it really well.
Yeah.
And at the end, like, Santana goes to, like, shake hands with Ortiz, and Ortiz sort of brushes him off. And
then out comes Sanjay Dutt for Ortiz.
Oh, right. Yeah, weird.
So they showed an MJF Kenny Omega video package. This is probably one of the better video packages that they've shown to set up their match, which is on Collision the next night. I didn't watch the full segment, but Mark Briscoe came back.
Yes.
Which was good. We're happy to see Chicken.
Yeah, to beat up Kip Sabian.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not watching Kip Sabian talk. I had to see it once a person. We're going to fast forward
when Mark came out, yeah.
There was another interaction with Don Callis and the Leftovers from the JAS.
Yes.
Where Daddy Magic's kind of like, I like what you're...
He's like, well, we need a tag team. He's like, we know a tag team? I think we know a tag team.
Yeah. And then they're walking away, and Ruby hands Angelo Parker his knife comb.
Yes.
They're teasing that.
Yeah.
Women's 4-way match for number 1 contender for Collision.
Yes.
It was Sky Blue, Willow, Anna Jay, and Abaddon.
Yeah.
It's a match.
I liked it. I thought it was better watching it back on TV. I was like, oh, okay, this is a good match. This could have been a potential to be a really giant mess, and I think it avoided being a giant mess. The reason why I watched it back is I wanted to see if they were going to edit out that Abaddon missing that kick, and the camera wasn't watching her anyway, so it didn't really matter.
You made out. You're a lucky guy there.
But Abaddon wins, which I think is a really cool decision. I like Abaddon. I was excited when we got to see it live. I think everyone was shocked. It's somebody different. I think you could do a lot with Abaddon. Having her wrestle pure wrestling, straight ahead pro wrestling matches on TV is not what you do with Abaddon.
Nope.
You have to gimmick the. I don't think she's not good. She could be better, but the character work, like if you could do with Abaddon what WWE does every fucking time Boogeyman's on TV, you could get some story and some programs out of her in this women's division that will look different than what they run every week. You can make her opponents scared of her. You can have her do scary things backstage that the fans will react to, all that sort of stuff. And she doesn't have to come out and wrestle great matches to get that over.
You're going to have to start the Abaddon tracker.
Yes.
To see when the next time it is that she's on any
It's going to be
television.
Another 16 months, I'm
yeah,
sure.
It'll be next Halloween.
Right. She has this match. She wins this one. She gets the match against Sheeta on Collision, which we'll talk about in a bit. But I was excited because I do genuinely think they could do stuff with Abaddon and make it work. It takes some finagling, takes some protection. It's limited.
Yeah.
But it can be done and not just be them wheeling out Anna Jay to lose a title match and having Willow lose another title match. And you know what I mean? Like having the title change hands and then the first opponent for the new title holder is Nyla Rose. Like you can do something that at least looks different with Abaddon here and there.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
that being that.
Main event.
Which was the first thing we watched
Which
live.
was very smart that they did this because there were still people in the house.
Not as much people left for Rampage as you see in other cities. Philadelphia hung in there pretty strong.
I agree with that, yeah. Konosuke Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah.
Live and on TV, this match fucking rocked.
Yeah.
We were trying to tell people, hey, you should probably watch Rampage. Probably watch this match because it's really fucking good.
Really. One of the better matches in the history of Rampage.
Yeah. What a shocker. These two guys can wrestle and are very good at it.
Yep.
Takeshita, the one reversely does a wheelbarrow into the German. It's so fucking clean.
On commentary, Callis on TV is on commentary. And they say, because this match is a punishment match because Fletcher didn't get the job done, so he's not in the Callis family. He doesn't have that killer instinct.
Yeah. And
Taz or somebody says to Callis, well, you talked to him. What advice did you give him? He goes, my advice was leave wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like,
leave this business.
He's like, but there he is. So I guess he didn't listen.
Yeah.
They have a banger of a match.
Oh, my God. It's so good.
And then at the end... Hobbs is sent down, and they're gonna
Takeshita gets the W,
right? And they're gonna fuck up Fletcher. Fletcher gets a chair, and he hits Takeshita. He hits Hobbs,
cracks them,
and then Hobbs is turning around to step towards him, and Callis is like, "This is the killer instinct, pal. Welcome to the family."
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice wrinkle where he just grabbing him, just say, "There it is."
Yep,
that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Yep. What a fucking match!
What a match! What a crew.
Seeing it live was fucking great.
Right. What a crew Callis is assembling.
Brother.
Really crazy young talent for him across the board. He does need a tag team, so we'll see if he gets one.
We'll see.
Who knows? But this match rules. And overall, one of the better Rampages they've ever done, I think. At least done in the last year.
No doubt.
With the Santana Ortiz match is really good.
Yeah.
If
they bookended this show real well.
If Fletcher Takeshita wasn't on this show, you'd be like, wow, Ortiz Santana was real good for a fucking Rampage. He said the women's match, at least they're doing something different. The video packages were good.
Yeah.
Seeing Briscoe back is a nice, pick me up.
Yeah.
This was a good Rampage. And I was like, cool.
It's cool to see a good Rampage.
A good Rampage. And then this Rampage coming up this week doesn't look that good. So... no new era of Rampage. We just happen to be lucky.
You're not excited for the Guns versus Matt Sydal and Christopher Daniels?
No. I was more excited to just watch Christopher Daniels get on an elevator and leave
Sure, yeah.
Philadelphia than I will be to watch that fucking match.
Glory Hound.
But, so instead of a New Age of Rampage, we just got lucky and we got one of the better Rampages.
Yeah. So that'll lead us to Collision.
Yes. We got Ric Flair's AEW debut, too. That's historic. Buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Historic.
Very.
We're in the building for history. People are going to be talking about that moment for eons.
They sure are.
To be in the hits. It's already added to Ric Flair's Wikipedia page.
So, yes, Collision.
You
get Switchblade versus AR Fox.
Yeah. First time we've seen AR Fox in a little while.
Yeah. Maybe some fences have been mended there.
Well, so the interesting thing about the opening of Collision, like the opening credits were like the slideshow with all the wrestlers. AR Fox is in that.
So they change it every week.
Do they? Oh, okay.
If you watch,
so they put who's on the show. Oh, that's smart. That's a lot. That's more effort than they need to do.
I love
that's
that.
cool.
But they took away the old school promos.
They did.
Yep.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Fucking hate
I loved
that.
those.
I thought it was so cool.
Yep.
But yeah, I noticed that after one of the earlier episodes, I think it was like Lady Frost was in the promo package, and everybody's freaking out. Oh, she signed. And then I watched the next week, and I'm like, oh no, that's different.
Yeah.
I think it's good though. Like, hey, here's what you're getting.
Yeah.
You're still gonna see like your randoms in there, but like, here's who's on the show.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, Switchblade AR Fox, it was fine.
Yep.
It was fine.
MJF gets run off trying to get the belt back.
Yeah. The Fright Night Fight.
Hold on. The Acclaimed got catfished. Max Caster got catfished.
Oh, yes.
So Max is still trying to court MJF.
Yes.
And he says that he sent pictures, quote unquote, to the fake MJF. He got catfished, which is really funny.
Yeah.
We get that MJF Omega hype package here.
Yeah.
Which was good. Ryan Nemeth is gonna get fed to Miro, I guess.
Cool.
I don't know who wants to see that. Yeah. But yes, Abaddon versus Shida. Mm-hmm. What was it called?
The Fright Night Fight.
Oh, okay.
For the AEW Women's title.
So it's Halloween-y. Shida is dressed like a character from Resident Evil 4. Mm-hmm. Abaddon's dressed like Spawn, which Todd McFarlane even retweeted.
I saw. That was cool.
So that's cool. Good for them. They did a lot in this match that I liked.
It was just plunder.
It's plunder, and I like the shit with Abaddon trying to pull Shida under the ring.
Yeah, and I like that they actually brought up in the past Shida being afraid of Abaddon.
Right. And the candy corn blockbuster into candy is fun. And then puts the pumpkin head on her and does the katana or whatever. Mm-hmm. We said this last week. You said it last week or the week before. She's got to find a new finisher.
Move's got to go.
Because she's afraid to do it the right way now. Yeah. So every time she does it, she's too close. Mm-hmm. So that when she turns around, she's not knocking people out like she did a little bit.
Or just start knocking people out.
Right, or just start knocking people out.
Yeah,
so
it's gotta go
because and it doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look impactful because she's pulling it because she's afraid to hurt somebody. But I thought this was good. I thought it was cool. It's the way you protect Abaddon in this kind of match. Sheeta. I like Sheeta a lot. She's not out here busting her ass too much, trying to have killer matches. She's having good TV title defenses. Not TV title, but television championship matches on television. Yeah, I like this. I thought it was fun. Abaddon, we probably won't see you.
Nope. See you next year.
I hadn't put together that they just did this because it was going to be a Halloween match and using Abaddon. It'll be next Halloween. Yeah. But if Abaddon's price on the indies goes up or whatever, good for them.
My favorite part of this was Toni Storm.
Yes.
Pulling an orange out of her trousers, throwing it at Tony Schiavone, and then taking a bite out of another whole orange.
Right.
I love Toni Storm.
And Tony Schiavone talking about how he had her butt in his face and he didn't know what to do.
I wouldn't either.
You know what to do, Tony.
You know what to do.
You know what to do.
Smojo killed Rhett Titus. Cool.
Yep. Great.
So apparently, Bryan Danielson has a broken orbital?
Yes.
I don't know when it happened.
So Claudio cuts his promo and says that he doesn't know when it happened, but it's either the Orange Punch or the Rainmaker.
Yeah.
People online speculating, pal, that he went into this match with the broken orbital. The fuck? Orbital.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen that confirmed either. He's had surgery. They're saying he'll be back by the end of the year. So who knows? I
was trying to find like where did that happen?
don't know.
Because even like Mike from the Discord, he asked us like, "Am I being worked or is this a real thing?" And all of us were like, "No, like he's fine."
Right.
Even like after the show, he was up, like whatever, he's fine.
Yeah.
And then that's got. I don't know. I don't know when it happened.
No idea. But if
maybe just want to be at home for Halloween and the holidays,
right?
Maybe.
If the plan is Danielson, if the plan was ever Danielson Okada at Wrestle Kingdom, Danielson will be ready before Wrestle Kingdom.
Fucking better.
If that was never the plan, maybe he takes a little bit longer. But I do not see him in his last year as a professional wrestler.
Yeah, not working Wrestle
saying,
Kingdom.
You know what? I'm going to skip Wrestle Kingdom because my face hurts.
Yeah.
Because he's a crazy person.
Get one of those old fucking Rip Hamilton Detroit Pistons masks. You'll be all right, brother.
Talk to Cody. He has one.
Yeah.
He taught you how to lie. He can teach you how to wear a face mask.
There you go.
So Renee interviews QTV here, and
oh god,
I just wanted to bring up something that I actually thought was funny. So QT is like, I'm back, blah blah blah, and he's like, because he's been around the world defending the belt he won in AAA.
Yeah, the Latin American,
and he's going to
title.
break the defenses record. And I was like, no, he's not. And I looked it up, and QT has had 2 matches since he's won that belt.
Good for him.
So he's lying. But otherwise, QT stinks. Get him off my fucking TV. Get all those assholes off my TV.
Yep.
Starks versus Dak the Axe.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I thought the end was cool.
Were the trading pile drivers?
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was good.
I love a good pile driver.
Absolutely.
I like the aftermatch stuff.
Yeah.
Where House of Black comes out to confront FTR, and FTR thinks they're just going to get jumped.
Yeah.
But then you get the return of LFI.
Yep.
And LFI is kind of facing FTR, like, oh man, FTR's really going to die. And then they turn around and start brawling with House of Black, and everybody's brawling. That's kind of cool. I didn't think LFI was going to be brought back as like good guys.
A lot of people speculating that was going to be Danielson, and they were going to put Blackpool Combat Club in that role for the next couple of months.
Yeah.
And with Danielson's injury, they had to be like, who the fuck do we have that we can throw here? And it ended up being LFI. Either way, whatever it happens to be, I think it's a great spot for LFI.
Yeah. If I get Roosh on my television beating people up,
well, and we're gonna get like Roosh, Buddy Matthews. I'm not gonna be mad about it.
No,
Roosh, any of those guys, Roosh.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be mad about it. So
more Roosh, the better.
Yes.
Claudio beat up Hot Sauce.
Oh, I was like so excited.
4 hours and 45 seconds.
I was like, oh man, Hot Sauce is here. This is gonna be cool.
He didn't even get his fucking like intro.
Yeah.
He just got and in the ring, Hot Sauce, boom.
Yep.
He got clubbered.
Yeah. Poor Hot Sauce.
And then
shout out to Statlander in the promo in this taping here with Willow and Sky Blue, and Sky Blue walks away, whatever, it doesn't matter. Statlander, I was like
serving looks.
I was like, holy shit, Statlander, what is up?
Good for her.
Absolutely good for her.
And then main event for the AEW World Title that's not there.
Yes.
MJF, Kenny Omega.
How'd you feel about this match, Brett?
I mean, I fucking loved it.
Okay.
I thought it was great. When I get a singles Kenny Omega match instead of the fucking around shit they have them doing otherwise,
yes,
I'm all the way in.
I completely agree with you. This match was great.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for Meltzer's rating.
Oh, he didn't?
He didn't.
Really? From Saturday?
Still not.
That's weird.
It is. Because
the end of the week,
a lot of people, you look at Cage Match, it's like one of the highest matches. It's like a high 9 point somethings. And I had a feeling that Meltzer was going to give this 5 stars, if not 5 stars plus.
Okay. And
I was interested because I don't think this was a 5-star match. I think it was great. But it's, and I'll tell you, I'll explain to you 2 things that make it not a 5-star match to me. I'll tell you one thing that made me laugh really hard in this match in a great way is that MJF's Panama Sunrise was set up and looked better than any time Adam Cole has ever done it in the history of Adam Cole's fucking life.
Yep.
That move, his opponent has never sold into that move better than Kenny does, and nobody in Adam Cole has never hit it like Max has to make that. And I hate that fucking move. Yeah. And I was like, oh fuck, that's better than Adam Cole's ever done, and he's got to stop.
Yep.
But here's the two things that deduct points that keep this out of the 5-star talk for me, because a lot of people hyping this match up. Max pushed himself and did some things that Max shouldn't have done, or at least should have rehearsed first. The backflip over the ropes to Kenny.
Okay. Kenny
has to run and step over to make sure Max doesn't kill himself.
Yeah.
He does the flip and he goes off to the our right, his left with it. And it's fine. It doesn't look bad, but I'm like, if this is a 5-star match, that's hit the right way. And the other thing is when they fall over during that fucking bridge up. What kind of athletes are these fucking people?
Yeah.
Can't do a simple fucking bridge up anymore, Kenny Omega. But it is a great match. I was just like, man, people are really hyping this up, and I don't know that it hit that. I don't know that like it hit like the best bout machine Kenny Omega matches that we've seen. And I think Max has had better with other people, but it was very good.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it fucking rocked.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah, I love that there was a clean finish.
Yes.
Omega put him over clean as a sheet.
Sure.
And I love that.
Right.
Didn't need any outside bullshit going on.
No,
just two dudes.
That's how you do that.
Fucking going for it.
It is still interesting they just did it on TV.
Yeah.
Whatever. Pop a rating.
Sure.
You're trying.
I thought it was great.
Pop a rating because you got to get that new fucking TV contract somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
So, but it's cool. It's nice. I think that signals for some people that sort of. We all know Kenny's on the back end here.
Sure, and
isn't doing
Kenny so talks about that. There was a post-match promo.
Oh yeah.
Where he's like saying, he's like, yeah, like takes longer to recover, and when we talk about 2024, 2025, like I don't know how much more, you know. Yep. He's right. I mean, is he 40 now, I think, Omega?
Right. Well, when you're working the style and the level with which he wrestles that style for as long as he has, your bump card's a lot shorter than some guys.
Dude, it's still, though, like, it's almost 2024, right. And fewer things excite me more in wrestling than, like, a singles Kenny Omega big match.
Right.
Because every fucking time it delivers, so. All right, Dynamite.
Yes, Dynamite. This was last night as we record this.
Yeah.
The end of our AW talk this week.
Orange Cassidy against Claudio.
Yeah.
That was good.
I liked it. Yeah, it was great. It was good.
Didn't blow my dick off or nothing.
No.
That was all right.
No, the post-match stuff was better.
The post-match stuff was better.
Yeah.
Because I was behind on this. I was doing shit.
Yeah.
And I would text you when I was catching up, and it was like, when John Moxley came out, and OC rushed the ring, and it was just like, oh, fuck, here we go. And Mox obliterated him.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, he beat the shit out of that dude. Like,
yep.
OC didn't get a punch in, you know? Like,
yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
I was watching this show. Well, I guess Michelle came in later. But we got the Cole on video chat with MJF right in the beginning. And he's got his big old scruffy beard.
Yeah, that shows that's a man that had surgery.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I loved Mox beating him up.
Yeah.
I love the little promo you get a little later with Mox where he talks about basically, who the fuck do you think you are?
Right. He's like, Ray Finney's kamikazed himself and it's my fault.
Yeah, right? You know? Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And him just saying, he's like, I'm not in a good place right now. And like, I'm going to take it out on you, not because I want to, but because I can.
Yeah.
Good for you, Mox.
He said, he goes, I didn't have to let you walk out on your own power.
Yep.
But I did. And that's not how that's going to be this time.
Wrestling's so much better with John Moxley.
It is. OC's definitely beating him at the pay-per-view.
He should, but goddamn.
But he's going to take it. It's going to be very similar to that first match where OC gets really, really beat up.
Yeah.
He's just going to win. He's going to pull it off this time.
Yeah. He's going to get an ass whooping.
Right. Because, listen, I love Mox, and, Mox makes things a lot better.
Yeah.
But can MJF get out of this title reign without a Mox program? You think it's worth throwing Mox up there to take an L?
I mean, he beat Mox for the belt last year.
Right.
So,
You know,
I don't know.
Do you run that back around? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. So speaking of MJF, all of his backstage stuff.
All right, we can talk about all these in a lump here.
Yeah.
I really liked these.
It was good.
I liked him looking for a partner. You know, he's knocking on doors. He knocks on Omega's door, and the bloated corpse of Chris Jericho opens it. Off cycle, no tanning bed. Chris Jericho, like he looked like a blobfish.
Yeah. He didn't look good.
And you know, he's like, "Is Kenny there?" And he just shuts the door or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Wardlow jumps Max.
That I loved.
Which was out of nowhere.
Loved it.
And he's like, "I'm going to take everything you have when you least expect it."
Yep.
There is, I mean, you know, Wardlow has had a weird time in this company. They're not quite sure what to do with him. I don't think you can. If you do, it's transitional. But, like, there is a case to be made for Wardlow beating Max because of their history.
Sure.
I just don't think Wardlow's a champion for this company.
Yeah, they kind of ruined that.
Right. It would be, if he wins, he would have to lose it the next day, either back to Max or to somebody else.
Yeah. They just, they hurt that boy.
Yes, but we got that, and then we get, he almost knocks on Samoa Joe's door later on, and then he writes emo bitch on Darby's door.
That was funny.
And the Acclaim keep popping up and following him.
Yeah.
Which is funny. And Michelle's watching at this point, and I have to explain to her like what's going on, and it's very funny. And she likes the Acclaim, so she thinks that's very funny. And I guess that's kind of it, right? Until the main. Is that the? Yeah. Well, we get the Jarrett thing later too.
Yeah.
So once again, the Acclaim try, and the Jarrett family are waiting there, like laughing, and Max is just like, no.
Yeah. And then they hand
Acclaim
hand
says,
MJF a bag, and they're like, 2 conditions: you got to wear what's on the bag, and you got a scissor,
right?
So
that was really funny.
More on that later.
Event. Yeah, but they were really good little segments. I saw some people I normally agree with, like Trevor Dame. A lot of people like calling this like a Raw light episode.
Yeah,
and like I didn't mind it. I thought it was a fun episode. Like the wrestling wasn't spectacular at any point.
There's things on here that I don't like.
Yeah.
At all.
Okay. Cool.
I did not watch the ROH 6-man title match because I don't give a fuck.
Yep. I like the ending. I like that Gates Agony and Cage win. But it doesn't really matter.
It means nothing to me.
So it does matter though. Here's why it matters, and I'm going to explain this to you. And I'm surprised you don't know this. I'm a little disappointed in you.
Because they're
Swerve gets Hanger to chase after him.
Yeah.
And on Hanger's little chyron, it said he's better security system on his house, which is funny.
I mean, the man does.
The match doesn't matter. The ROH title, these trios titles are real down on the card. They shouldn't even be on regular AEW TV. They don't matter that fucking much. But whatever, this happens. The thing that matters here is that we get the Young Bucks backstage, or not even backstage, after the match. The one Buck goes and destroys the timekeeper's table. Why, Brett? Why would he do such a thing?
Why, DJ?
Because he looks in the camera and he says, "I'm mad. I'm so mad." And then we get a promo with him later, and what are they? We're mad. And that their whole pro, like, we're mad. We can't believe we lost these titles. We're mad. And it's like, why? What? You lost titles? They're insignificant things. They
just...
And, like, they're going to push them, like, away from Hanger again.
Yeah, more on that later.
You know?
Yeah, I watched a little, like, temper tantrum that...
Yeah.
The one through, and I was just like, this is...
We're mad. I'm so mad.
This is fucking lame.
Yeah. And, like, also, like, the Bucks, they're not fucking trying anymore. Like, they're over it. They're collecting an easy paycheck. They want to be done. I think if they, I would assume they got if an offer at all, they got a lowball offer from the WWE.
Yeah, I don't know.
But whatever it is, they're taking Tony Khan's money. They're done working for it. They have soured their own fucking experience in this company.
Yeah.
By being babies. And now this is the best they can fucking do. The crowds don't react to them like they used to. The matches aren't any fun. They're even worse than they were. They're trying less. They don't even look to be working out that fucking hard anymore.
Yeah, I said you're the ones getting fat.
Yeah, I'm mad is the only interesting thing about this fucking team. I don't know what the hell they're doing or what there is to even do with them.
No,
we've been saying this for a long time, but it just seems more and more like end stage New Japan, like that return to New Japan, and the crowd was just like,
Yep. The crowd was like, "Oh, these guys again."
Yeah.
Oh, we just watched a whole like World Tag League. Not that that means shit.
Right.
But and then these, I think it was Sonata and Evil One. Oh, then these guys just come out and say, "Oh, well, we're gonna be in the match too."
Right.
And the crowd just didn't give a
Didn't give a
fuck.
shit.
And then, like, online, people are like, this sucks. Why? Yep. And they're responding, "Oh, I can't believe people are mad that we took time off to be with our families." That's not the point. They're just tired of seeing you.
Right. It's
like,
the same energy.
Fuck,
here,
man.
For sure.
Edge, Adam Copeland.
You don't like Edge?
The Copester.
Yes.
He's in the ring. He's cutting a promo. Christian comes out.
Mm-hmm.
When Christian's there, I'm a happy boy.
Right, absolutely.
And Christian's like, "I'm going to snap your neck," which made me real happy.
Yes.
Sends Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus to the ring. They're beating down Edge.
Oh, and Edge is like, Stinger said last week that we go way back, and that may confuse some of you, but it's because we share similar injuries, so we bonded over that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I also like that he put over Tony Schiavone.
Yeah.
He's just like, he's like, you people really don't know how many hats this guy wears backstage. Right. And then, Sting and Darby make the save.
Edge gets the advantage at first.
Yeah.
And then Luchasaurus gives him the old clothesliner to the back of the neck.
Yeah.
And then, Sting and Darby, faster than I've seen a human being.
Dude, how wild was that?
He just, blinks into the fucking ring.
Yeah, he's beating up Christian. Christian gets the advantage on him.
Yeah.
And then old Cope hits Christian with the spear.
And Christian sells that spear like $1 million.
Yep.
Makes it look fucking great.
Yep. Copeland just says, he gets on the mic and said, "I tried. Now I got to kick your ass."
He goes, "You're going to break my neck?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He calls him like a son of a bitch or something.
Shakes Stinger's hand.
Yeah. So full gear. He's teaming with Sting and Darby. Against the Christian Coalition.
I still think this is the best program on this show. With Christian's involvement, it just makes it so interesting.
Christian's incredible.
The Edge stuff, Edge is doing what Edge has always done. But Christian elevates this program in such a way that I'm like, I'm into this television when it happens.
Yeah, Christian
they have three good stories kind of going on right now. The MJF stuff is still pretty good, and then the Swerve stuff, they're telling some really good fucking stories in and out of the ring now.
And now that Joe pointed it out, I can't not hear it when Christian comes out and just says, "If you be quiet for a minute, I have to conduct business."
Yeah.
Love it. Mm-hmm. Jericho and Omega.
We got TK's big announcement here, buddy.
See, I didn't even write it the fuck down.
Right, because it's not a big announcement.
It's so dumb.
Stop pre-announcing announcements.
It's real
when
dumb.
They're not big.
All you had to say was Tony Khan. You didn't even have to make an announcement or whatever. Just say Tony Khan has information on all-in ticket sale.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I agree with putting this on the show.
It. Yeah,
you want it to go out to the full audience that's watching.
It didn't need to be hyped up.
You do not need to keep pre-announcing announcements. And should people be speculating what they are, without knowing? No, but they're going to. So, everybody keeps waiting for the Warner Brothers streaming announcement. Everybody keeps waiting for this and that and the other thing. Is it a wrestler? Is Mariah May teased could be being somewhere this week? I don't know if that ever happened on her social media. All that sort of stuff. And then he just comes on and goes, "In 1 month, tickets are going to be on sale." I agree saying it. Don't pre-announce announcements. Stop it.
Yeah, I agree doing it. Right. But the whole hyping it,
you're never going to live up to the hype that you saying that creates that people are going to make in their minds. And then if you pull the rating for it because people want to see what the announcement is, and the announcement is dog shit like they always are,
people are going to not come
People
back.
are not going to
piss
care
people
anymore.
off.
So
yeah, it is very okay, is it tongue-in-cheek at this point with AEW? And it shouldn't be. Right. Because it's not funny. Right.
Right. Even last week with the gift for Sting that they hyped up, and it ended up being Flair, and it was cool to be there and whatever.
Sure.
It's still not something you needed to pre-hype like they did. It's
dude.
Just,
even if you want to talk about the important announcement before this was, if you remember, they're like, "Oh, we're donating however many toys for Tots," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool,
awesome.
Why do we need to
You don't need to hype it.
Yeah,
it's because they're trying to get people to watch the show and that for this certain thing, and eventually that tactic is going to wear people out, and they're going to stop fucking tuning in to the announcements.
Yeah, it was real.
It's like a boy cried wolf thing, and then you're going to make some announcement that you've bought the WWE, or some like complete outrageous bullshit, everybody's gonna be like, I'm not listening to this guy.
Everyone's
Say,
cool.
When you have an actual cool announcement, everybody's gonna be like, I don't give a shit. I'll just see what Twitter says about it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jericho and Omega against 2.0.
Squizosh.
Yeah, this is all about the aftermatch.
Is it all about the aftermatch?
Sure is, because Callis is challenging them to a street fight.
Yeah. Has to be a street fight.
Yeah, and it's weird because Omega says, okay, yeah, like, we'll have Kota Ibushi.
Right.
Okay. And then, I don't know. I got it lost in translation.
Yeah.
Callis says, oh, you dummies. Like,
you're still short of me.
Yeah. And then Jericho gets on the mic and he's like, oh, no. Like, I told you I got somebody big.
Right. But, like, why? Who else? Is it Ospreay going to be with them then?
No.
Then who's the fourth for?
There is no. That's where I got confused. Because I don't think there's a fourth.
I just assumed it was Ospreay because he said the Callis family.
But he says us three.
Oh.
Yeah, right? See? That's where I got confused
then
too.
Why is Ibushi? What is. Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
But.
Fair enough.
No more BS Paul White.
Right. Stumbling and bubbling in his way.
Get this the fuck off of my television.
Yes.
This sucks.
Right.
It's
I don't
terrible.
even have like a dislike of the Big Show. I have some fond memories of Paul White in professional wrestling and out of professional wrestling. I just think that right now in 2023 he should be out of professional wrestling. It has to be a street fight.
TJ, I want you to look at this, man.
Oh, I've seen those legs, brother.
Look at his fucking legs.
Right.
Why? Why do we need this?
He's gonna get hurt.
We don't need this.
But that's why it's a street fight. He's not gonna do anything.
But I don't even know if he's in the street fight.
I mean, you'd have. That's why they brought it. Oh, is it? Or maybe that was the plan. Maybe it was supposed to be Big Show, and then they were like, maybe Show can't do this, so we'll use Coda, and we'll just use Show.
It just fucking for this sucks. Segment. That's what happens.
I don't know. But
sucks.
He can't move. It's made a street fight because arguably they're going to have to protect the shit out of him and have him just do a couple big spots, choke slam some people through a table or off the fucking ramp or whatever.
It sucks.
He's not taking any big bumps.
Nope.
I don't think if he did take a bump, I'm not sure he has the power to get back up on his own.
If it's not Hobbs slamming Big Show, then what are we doing here?
And that's the finish of that match should be Hobbs winning by slamming Big Show.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
The whole, Callis Omega feud has been taken over by Jericho.
Of course it has.
Trying to squeeze his shit in.
Absolutely.
And it sucks.
Yes.
And I'm so sick of Chris Jericho doing this to every program that he gets involved in. It just brings it down. Takeshita beating Omega is like a fucking afterthought.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to build Takeshita.
They do
and it's
hype.
supposed to build Hobbs.
Right.
And now it's supposed to build Fletcher.
Right.
And Fletcher gets the one punch and goes flying.
Right.
And, oh my God.
They do hype up Takeshita beating Kenny on commentary. So they are trying to keep that in the open. But again, you're using Big Show to pop a rating, and I don't understand. It's counterintuitive to what AEW is supposed to be.
Sucks.
Yes.
I just don't want this in AEW. It just save this shit for something else.
Right.
There's no fucking need for the Big Show.
Well, they're definitely trying to convert people, right? They're definitely, because again, the contract's up, they're trying to get a new TV deal, whatever. There's been talk of Warner Brother getting the rights to whatever sport, and that's going to have a big issue with AEW's status on where they can fit on TV if Warner Brothers lands this big contract. I don't know, whatever, basketball or whatever.
Well, they already have basketball.
It was the whatever contract that NBC usually has.
If anything, I saw the basketball ones coming up.
Yeah, I think it's...
And NBC's trying to make a play for basketball.
Right, and so they're going to have to...
Then if they lose basketball, then Warner's going to lose a lot of their income.
Whatever it is. But there's all that stuff going on and how that affects AEW, blah, blah, blah. So I think they're trying to I think they're trying to convert some people and say, listen, we have stuff for everybody. Yes, we're AEW and we're this alternate, but if you're a WWE fan, look what we have that's WWE and WWE light.
It
stinks, right? It's not what we want, But, from a business standpoint, they're stale and they're trying to figure it out. I don't think this is the answer. I think they should know better that this isn't the answer. Even as much as I like the Christian stuff with Edge, that's cooled off. Edge isn't on TV every week and nobody's talking about it anymore.
It's
not all good, very
man.
weird. It's weird to see like a week apart, being, Ric Flair and the Big Show. Like, I saw these guys. I remember when these guys were in a different company that died. When there was a company that these guys were in that were a competition to WWE, and it died a horrible death in a lot of ways because of some of those guys. It's like,
nah.
So
I would see like no redeeming.
Yeah, I don't know that the Jericho nostalgia is what's going to bring in the fucking viewers, and put an ass every 24 inches.
Yeah, no thanks, dude.
Yeah. Again, weird fucking decision. If it moves the needle, is it the needle you need moved?
It's fucking Jericho.
Right. Yeah, right.
And somebody's got to have the balls to tell Jericho no. And nobody does.
Well, and we've said this going back, I think, months now at this point. I think it's over for Jericho. I think he's done everything he can do for AEW.
Yeah.
He has that match with him and Kenny against 2.0, and it's a squash.
Yeah.
There's basically no history explored between Jericho and 2.0 in it.
Yep.
They just get run through. So Jericho now on his own, didn't know what to do, babyface and attaching himself to Omega. He's going to try and hook himself up to any popular guy that he can.
Yeah.
And like in his brain, him and Kenny teaming up is this greater thing.
It means nothing.
Nothing. I think Jericho has run its course in AEW.
Yeah.
I think that there's not much else he can do. He's never going to be world champion again.
No, and he shouldn't.
He shouldn't hold any belt there again.
Nope.
People still sing Judas. People still like him. But from a pro wrestling standpoint, I don't know that there's anything Jericho needs or can bring to AEW. And I think that the best thing that Jericho can do is go sign with the WWE.
Yep.
Get put in the Hall of Fame.
Do a little nostalgia run there.
Do a little nostalgia run there at the end.
Off.
Jericho's back, baby.
Sure.
Get back in shape a little bit when you go over there. Get your one last little run. Go in the Hall of Fame and walk away.
Yeah, I have zero patience
Right.
for this.
Yes.
Again,
Again,
because then even afterwards, they go backstage to Jericho and Omega in their elite dressing room, and that's where the Bucks confront Hangman and being like, or Omega and being like, "Yo, cool, like you needed partners. I thought we're your partners. Whatever though, man. Like
we're mad. What about us? I thought we were in the league together. Now we're mad."
Yeah. And then Jericho kind of like butts in, getting on that. And I'm going, oh, cool, another elite having dissension storyline.
Right.
Great. Haven't we done this already?
Right.
Like
and that's
three
the thing.
fucking times.
Right, over and over again. I was like, oh, now instead of them pushing Hanger away and being mad at him, they're going to be mad at Omega.
Yeah, it's
so weird.
It sucks. And I love Kenny Omega.
Right.
God, this sucks.
Yes.
Shida defends her women's title against Willow because why the fuck not?
Right.
Willow didn't do jack shit to earn a shot.
And it's funny
so,
when
let's give her a shot.
When they're like, oh, Willow Nightingale won the Owen, won New Japan Strong Women's title this year.
Yeah.
But she comes back to AEW. We do nothing with her. The match is okay.
It's
what it is. Very basic match. This women's division, while these are two people I like, they're not doing anything interesting with them. But at the end, lights go out. Julia Hart is back.
Oh, I was going to talk about Tony Storm.
Oh, yeah, Tony Storm comes out. Well,
Tony Storm catches a fucking fat knee from Shida on the stage.
Yes. So Shida gives her the knee.
Yeah, because she's getting pissed at her and then interrupting her stuff.
And runs her off.
Yeah.
And then the lights go out. Julia Hart's behind Willow. And like Willow had cut that promo with Stat, like, on Rampage, I think, where she was like, what's your deal? Willow's like, this is the spooky stuff isn't us. It's hard to work through it, but you can.
Yeah.
Sky and All Elite Sky Bidoo is like, whatever, I'll work through. Sky Blue comes out to save Willow, join Julia Hart. We don't know. She gets in the ring. She sort of turns to face Willow. She turns back to Julia Hart, does a horribly unpracticed missed spot, which Michelle was like...
A miss to the chest.
Michelle, she didn't even hit her in the face. Yeah. Did she even miss her? What happened?
Yeah.
And then I saw it on Julia's hand, and I was like, oh, she got her. It's blue mist. But once again... As self-appointed keeper of the mist code.
Oh, now you're self-appointed. Okay.
Yeah, self-appointed. Okay. I'm making myself it. Nobody asked me to. Right. Nobody probably wants me to. Right. But I'm self-appointed.
Sure.
Blue mist puts you to sleep.
As it should.
And maybe it's because she got hit in the chest.
I'll say hit her in the chest, so it does nothing.
Right, and not an orifice.
Yeah.
Because I would assume the thing about a mist is you got to get hit in some
face.
orifice, your nostrils, your mouth, your ears, your eye holes. We don't know about anything else, but I imagine getting if mist was blown into your butthole, that it would get the same effect. Probably faster.
Well,
right? It'd be like butt chugging a bottle of vodka.
This is where you should have called in and left a voicemail for Ed.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ed.
Yeah. There you go. There's your missed opportunity.
What are the effects sped up if you get misted in your butthole?
Yep. Ed would have told you.
Right. Is it like butt chugging alcohol? Yeah. Or is I don't know, maybe mist feels good when you get misted in the butthole.
I mean, I wouldn't know. Is it like a bidet?
Right. It could be. Yeah, right.
What if it's a bidet?
A nice little soothing thing. But either way, Sky Blue uses the blue mist without having any sort of concept that this is supposed to put her opponent to sleep. Mm-hmm. God damn it. Because they don't know their mist code in AEW.
Yeah. So,
but I like the concept. I like the blue mist because she's Sky Blue.
Yeah.
Which is a completely original name. Don't Google it.
Oh, I really, really hope that she starts call herself the Great Blue. Please make this happen.
I'm fine with that too. Did you just come up with that here?
Yes.
Because that's the best idea you've ever had.
The Great
Bluta might be your best idea ever. Like, I've known you a long time. Get the
fucking Big Show off my fucking TV. Give me the Great Bluta.
We've known each other a long time. We've been through a lot together. We've had a lot of conversations. We've been traveling the highways and the byways together with a lot of late night conversations and sing-alongs. The Great Bluta might be the best thing you've ever thought of.
That's my new favorite wrestler. She comes out next week. It's a fucking face paint doing some shit. I'm all in.
I had a name for this show, and it is getting fucking deleted right now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode whatever this is. The Great Bluta.
The Great Bluta. That's... Thank you, Sky Blue.
Listen, this is such a great idea. And
like for real,
if it happens next week, it's only because Tony Khan listens to this show.
Please,
TK, listen, it's money.
For once in your fucking life,
it's
listen
money.
To me.
Listen, we will buy from Pro Wrestling Tees a Great Bluta shirt.
3.
Right. We will make this happen.
One for you, and one to give out to family.
Absolutely. I had explained to Michelle this week. She was saying something, and she was like, "What? You wouldn't buy this like T-shirt from whatever AEW, blah blah blah?" And I was like, "I don't buy any AEW T-shirts because the company fucking sucks.
Yeah,
like that makes them." I said, "If they used a different company, I think all of us on the network would have a lot more AEW shirts." But the Great Bluta needs to happen.
Like. Come on.
You can have Stokely Hathaway work on a Gary Hart impression.
Oh my God.
This could fucking work.
Like, come on.
Listen.
I hate myself sometimes.
The Great Bluta. It has to happen.
There it is.
It is for real
this
the greatest idea you've ever had. Yes, it's money.
Yeah.
You want to bring in Ric Flair? You want to bring in
all these old guys?
Right, get the fuck out of here.
I'm thinking 2025 already.
You're thinking 2035 is what you're thinking with the Great Bluta. This is
Bluta.
Right. This is like when Ridley Scott thought of Blade Runner, and he's like, "This is in a far future."
Yeah.
You're like, "No, the Great Bluta is now."
Somebody give me Photoshop. I need Photoshop.
Oh, you are a fool to think that there is not going to be a Great Bluta image.
Goddamn better. something, man.
At some point coming in the next few days.
Oh, the great Bluta.
The great Bluta has to fucking happen.
Seriously.
Has to happen. But what else did happen on this show?
The main event.
We get the main event, the Gun Club.
Yeah, well, Bullet Club Gold.
Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah, against MJF and his 3 partners.
And so the Acclaimed come out first.
Yeah.
And Max hits his rap.
Yeah.
And then which is the confirmation that Max accepted their help, which we kind of knew because Jarrett, he was like no to the Jarrett family. And also about Jarrett, this was his 1-year anniversary in AEW. What a crazy year he's had in this fucking company.
Good for him.
What a great year Jarrett has.
Good for him.
But MJF comes out all in pink boots, pink tights, pink Burberry scarf,
Scissor me shirt.
Michelle was watching this with me, and she thinks the Acclaimed are hilarious, and she was convinced he was going to come out dressed as a scissor.
That would have been great.
But he doesn't. But he's all Acclaimed out, which Michelle said this, and I kind of agree. I think he should keep wearing the pink. I think he looked good in it. It was good gear.
Looks good.
He looked good. I think this match was great pro wrestling television.
This was a very good house show match.
Right. I was rocking and rolling with this one.
Yeah, like if this is your main event of a house show, I'd say perfect.
Right. And here's the thing that I'll tell you why this match was so. And I had so much fun with this match. I was like invested. I thought it was a ton of fun. Billy Gunn doing stuff against his kids, like all that sort of stuff. But Michelle watching it with me, and completely organically, she is put off by the scissor thing. Mm-hmm. She does not like it.
No, not a fan.
But she got a kick out of the Max stuff. And then when they tried to get him to scissor, she was like, why isn't he doing it? And got invested in this match for Max to do the scissor.
There you go.
And she's not a wrestling fan, whatever. This match actually got her. She was watching it going what? And when the Bullet Club cuts them off, when Max finally looks like he's going to do it, he gets cut off by the Bullet Club. And she's like, well, now they're not going to do it. That's not fair. She's like, they have to do it. And she got invested in this match because they worked that so well.
Yeah.
And I'm telling her, I'm like, it's going to happen, but they got to build it. I said, you do it now, it's a good pop. You build it like that, it's a great pop.
Yeah.
And so I was like, so they get there, they go, they do it, the match ends, and they haven't done it. And she's like, well, this is dumb. And I was like, will you just wait?
Just hold your horse.
Just wait. Yeah. This is wrestling. Will you just wait?
Yeah.
And
the end of the match was Caster shoving MJF out of the way.
Right.
Takes the bullet.
Right. Takes the bullet. Switchblade wins, gets to keep the Triple B until the pay-per-view.
The Bang Bang belt.
The Bang Bang belt. I think that ending was perfect. And then, Max gets up, MJF gets up, realizes Caster took the bullet for him. He gets in the corner, signals the thing, and they all scissor to sort of end the show.
Well, I love that.
When Billy
Gunn screaming at MJF.
He took a bullet for you. You get back in this ring and you fucking scissor.
I love that. Oh, it was so good.
Right.
And MJF does the scissor. Very feel-good moment.
Yeah. It's Billy Gunn's birthday.
Yeah.
His kids have gotten, I think, so much better.
They have, yeah.
They just, as a heel, I don't know that they,
they're fun, annoying fuckers.
Right. They know how to work. They bump their asses off.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt them being around Juice and Switchblade all the time.
No, not at all.
It was just a good, fun 4-on-4, fun time match that I just really enjoyed and had so much fun with and got so invested in it.
Yeah.
And the wrestling is what it was. It was fine. You're not looking to be 19 stars in this fucking thing.
No.
But it was a fun, engaging match that had a cool, fun build. And just rocking and rolling. And it gets the crowd rocking and rolling and everybody's invested. I really liked it. It was I like that it was able to be translated to someone who doesn't like wrestling. If I showed Michelle Omega MJF from Collision, she'd be like, why do I give a shit? I don't know. But this was like, this has to happen.
This is the sports entertainment side.
And that's, we've said this whole time, you gotta have both. You gotta please everybody if you're AEW.
You have to have that balance.
And that's a really good way to do it.
Just get the Big Show off my fucking television.
Right, and just give all of his segments to the great Bluta.
It needs to happen.
It has to fucking happen. Dude.
Oh, it needs to happen.
I don't know what else can possibly happen in professional wrestling. The only thing that there's nothing in professional wrestling I want more than to her come out like just like weird music hits and a blue dragon roars.
I will lose my
she comes
fucking
out
mind.
Blue painted up with the kanji on her cheeks.
Dude.
Yep.
Takes like the hood off, mist in the air. Oh,
yep. You just got to teach her how to do the mist better.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I need a like a training vignette. Her over in Japan,
right?
With Muda,
right? Well, I mean, Muda's already been in AEW, so bring him in.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is this is gonna be perfect.
It needs to happen.
This could be perfect.
Send her on a tour to Tokyo Joshi Pro, and then let's film the vignette over there.
Let's go.
God damn it!
Why not?
Cool. All right, that's it for America.
I really liked Dynamite. I know some people are poo-pooing it as WWE Light, but I had fun with it. Of course, there's a segment that wasn't great, but that's going to be every wrestling show you watch pretty much.
I thought it was a good show, not a great show.
Yeah.
Again, like the stuff that's bad, just is bad. Like the Buck stuff is real bad.
It's because they're mad.
Right. Big Show stuff,
right? It's
bad.
They ended really strong. It's been like 3 weeks in a row of really strong endings.
Sure.
So like, and I'm that kind of person where like, if you end real strong, I'm like, all right, this was cool. This is probably cooler than it was as a whole because you ended this really well. So I liked all that stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna consider New Japan in Vegas post trip.
Yeah, because we always do.
Okay, that's fine.
It's a
it is a Japanese based company.
But before we go there,
we do have what seems to be the spot that has been taken up every week, occupied by Mr. Terry Funk, and he's here to talk about his toughness this week. He's going to let you all know how and why Terry Funk is tough.
Fill us in, Terry.
From the Double Cross Ranch rides the mighty Double Tough Terry Funk.
Do you see that behind me? Do you see it? You know what that is? That is funk country. Absolutely right. Before I owned that, my father owned as far as you can see. Before his father owned it before him. And now, if you live in this part of the country, you know what you gotta be. You gotta be double tough. That's right. And whenever you drive around on this country, what you need is a double tough truck. And do you know I'm just like his truck? I'm a double tough human being. That's right. I'm double tough. And you know what? I'm an individual. And I'm an athlete, and nobody's going to tell me what to do. No promoter or no promotion throughout the United States, not the NWA, not the AWA, not any conglomerate of promoters. What I am is I am the world's toughest wrestler. I'm meaner than a rattlesnake and tougher than shoe leather. And I'll tell you one thing for sure, I'm not going to listen to any pig-nosed airhead on MTV and let them tell me what professional wrestling is about. I know. And I am the toughest man that you've ever seen. And believe me, when I come to the East Coast, I want you egg-sucking dogs to take a look at me. And all of you idiots with that blow-dried hair, well, come on down after I get through wrestling and step in the ring 2x2, 4x4, 8x8. It doesn't matter to me because I am a man.
Look at us. We're in Japan.
We are. We're
made
here.
it. We did it. We're here.
We're
safe.
Japan.
By way of Las Vegas.
By way of Vegas.
We went to, we're East Coast, so you got to fly to Vegas first.
That's true.
So we're in Vegas.
Okay, that's the connecting flight.
I've mistaken. We're connected flight.
While we're here, we might as well watch some Japanese-based
Exactly.
wrestling.
Exactly.
So New Japan Fighting Spirit Unleashed.
Yes. First of two. The other one's this weekend, right? Or is it 2 weeks away, a week away? The Texas one?
That's a couple weeks.
Okay.
So what did you watch from this? What you said you watched?
2 matches.
Okay, I watched 3.
Okay.
Did you watch Julia versus High
I
End?
did not.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know who her opponent was.
So she's been bouncing around the indies. A lot of people say like they're shocked she's not signed.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a Japanese lady?
No.
Oh.
No, she's from like Texas.
Oh. Bombay, Michigan.
Trained by the Booker man. Booker's
Oh,
team.
really?
Yeah, you know.
What's her Hyan? Is that
Hyan? You know, I watched Julia.
Yeah.
I just wanted to watch Julia.
Okay.
And it's Julia in America. I just want to see the pop she got. Real good pop.
Interesting.
Match isn't anything to write home about.
Sure.
But Julia rocks.
Julia does rock. I was looking through my pictures. You know, your phone makes like the galleries or whatever.
Yeah.
It was that the Impact show. And I was like, oh man, that was really cool that we saw Julia.
Yeah, Julia rules.
Yeah.
And obviously she retains her title.
Yes.
And then for the NJPW Strong Men's Open Weight Championship.
Right, which on a New Japan Strong show should have been the main event, but whatever.
But I digress.
Whatever, we're not going to talk about that here. It's what it is.
Eddie Kingston versus Aaron Henare.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was pretty good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
I didn't think it was great.
No. I agree. They're G1. They met in the G1, didn't they?
G1 match.
I think their
was
G1
better.
match was better.
Yeah, Eddie wins.
Yes.
The main important thing about this, though.
Well, so before we get to, I know what you're going to talk about because I'm very excited about it. Yeah, I really like the back fist trade off with the headbutt into the collapsed pin.
Yeah.
I love Eddie using the backdrop driver more.
Yes.
Weird that he doesn't do like the Northern Lights bomb or the power bomb here.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And he wins. I really hope Eddie's on Wrestle Kingdom.
I think so. I think he will.
I think if you're gonna,
He has to
if he's holding the belt, which I don't see why he's not, in the 2 months. I want, even if he loses it, I would like for him to win and lose the next one. Maybe if they're gonna have him lose it, I want Eddie to win win this title or retain the title in the Tokyo Dome, in that massive of a show.
I think New Japan recognizes how much of a star he is over there in Japan.
Right. Yes.
So
I think Eddie would probably do a little better for himself full time in Japan than he does in AEW.
probably.
But it would be a lot harder of a life.
Of course. Yeah.
And a lot more culture shock. But he's out there putting in the fucking work. So after this match, there was a 4-way to open this show that I almost watched, but I was like, I'm good.
That's how
I want to see my guy win, and he does.
Yeah.
But out comes Eddie's next challenger, Satoshi Kojima.
Goddamn right.
And they've wrestled before somewhat recently. But Kojima comes out and says that Eddie is strong, but Kojima likes bread. He says, I like a bread.
Yeah, the fans chant Bread Club.
Right. And in Texas at Lone Star Showdown or whatever the hell they're calling it, Lone Star Shootout, it is. Oh, and Eddie says, I'll see you in Texas, motherfucker.
Yep. Oh, I loved it.
Eddie Kojima for the New Japan Strong Belt.
Sign me up.
Again, no complaints.
No, none at all.
No complaints here in any way.
No.
This is, Kojima is on he's not grumpy, but he's on his old man run.
He's getting there.
He's looking like $1 million, particularly for his age. And Eddie is going to be fun. It's, a lot of Eddie is influenced by Kojima.
Absolutely.
I'm sure if you talk to Eddie, he would talk. Kojima is one of my favorite guys ever. I have an interesting relationship with Kojima because I once watched him shop for jeans.
Sure.
But I love Kojima, and Kojima is this guy who was sort of at the end, the Noah Exodus, that happens, and Kojima's forced into a little bit of a position as the young guy in the early 2000s, but ends up being in New Japan and All Japan and, is gifted the lariat from Stan Hansen.
Yep.
And wears orange, and he's also the great Koji, and like he's done a lot of things, and he's also, in one half of arguably the greatest tag team of all time in Ten Koji.
Absolutely.
And has, held the All Japan and New Japan tag titles at the same time, and has held every title. Yep. And like, because he just held the GHC title for a little while.
He did, yeah.
So he's one of a handful of guys to hold the All Japan, New Japan, and Noah titles.
Like only 3, I think.
Super impressive fucking career, and he still looks good at 51. I think that's how old he is. And like him, Eddie, and they've met before, it's just going to be a fun match. And they're going to trade machine gun chops because Kojima took it from Kobashi.
Absolutely.
And like, so they're going to trade those.
It's going to rock.
And there's going to be lariats. And,
a lot of dudes are going to rock that night.
A lot of dudes are going to rock. I'll watch that match all fucking day.
Absolutely.
So, but I too will see both of you in Texas, motherfuckers.
Yes.
But via my television.
Yeah, via the World Wide Web.
Yes.
Main event for the never
the
openweight title.
Yes.
The challenger, Shingo Takagi, the champ, Tama Tonga.
Yes.
This got set up at Royal Quest 3.
Yes.
And Shingo, baby.
Thank God.
I'll tell you what, though. Tama looked good here.
This match isn't bad.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's a pretty solid match. It has a Gonzo bomb in it.
Sure does. You give me a Gonzo bomb and I'm happy.
And so Tama doesn't look bad here.
No, not at all.
But I will say, to me, that he remains one of the least interesting wrestlers on the planet.
Yeah,
he can do whatever you ask of him.
I never connected with the dude at all.
He can work. You put him in that ring. He can rise to the challenge of his opponents. He can do all that kind of stuff, right? He's having good matches. He's had good matches. He's a better tag team wrestler, but he's having good matches with anybody that you put in front of him. The Never Belt, maybe not necessarily for him. Shingo, much better fit for it.
For sure.
But, so like this match is good and Tama can do anything you ask. But don't expect any of it to be exciting. There's very little flair. Like it's like he's working at Tchotchke's and he just has the minimal amount of flair.
Yeah.
It's fine. He's technically solid. It's not like he's like his brother doing that dumb fucking chop exchange.
That got brought up, like, I saw it on Twitter again last week, and it just, I think, and Thomas said, they re-signed with New Japan because his dad told them to be loyal to the company that brought you in, and so they turned down a WWE offer. I think the WWE is a great place for him and his brother, especially at this point. Sure.
But he's just not a flashy guy. I don't think he knows how to be a flashy professional wrestler. Doesn't mean this match was bad, because it wasn't. But like Shingo has personality and flair and like does stuff with emotion and intensity, and Tama just doesn't. But it is a good match. But the belt, going back to Shingo, is one of the places it fucking belongs.
100%.
So we'll see what happens from here with Shingo.
Yeah. Always happy to see Shingo.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'll go to...
I would like to see Shingo versus Eddie, title versus title, with Eddie winning.
Do it at the Dome.
Do it at the Dome, right.
There you go. You want Shingo... Eddie is like canvassed for him and Shingo in AEW.
Yeah, right.
If Tony doesn't want to do it,
right,
run it at the Dome.
Here's what you do at the Dome. You do Shingo Eddie, title for title. Eddie beats Shingo, becomes never open man type champion.
And then you get rid of the strong belt.
No, you keep the strong belt. But
he's got a lot of belts to carry.
At New Year's Dash or whatever is directly after Wrestle Kingdom, Eddie loses it to Ishii. It's not title for title, not both titles on the line, just the nevers on the line.
Okay.
And it's Eddie Ishii one more time. Ishii gets that belt, and then you can run back Ishii Shingo, because that's always a crowd pleaser.
Sure.
I just want Ishii to win that belt again.
Yeah.
But it'd be fun. Eddie Shingo has been something that Eddie wants, and I think it'd be really good.
Yeah. Eddie Shingo with the Dome makes a lot of sense.
It does. You just have to figure out the titles from that point.
Sure. All right.
Or you just go to a draw. You go to a no contest.
Sure. I'm all right
do
with
that too. Yes.
New Japan proper. This is probably going to be the only...
Hold on. Wait a second. All right, we're in actual. That was an airplane.
Fuck, was
That
a
was
real
the sound of
plane
our.
flying
Yeah,
over the
it
house
was the
there?
sound of our biplane that we took to Japan from Las Vegas.
So New Japan, I watched. This is probably going to be the only match I watch.
Okay.
For the Super Junior Tag League.
Yes, you're a braver man than I.
This is the team of El Desperado and Master Wado.
Okay.
They've been teaming up, and Wado's trying to earn Despy's respect fully.
Okay.
Can't do it.
I can see that.
Going up against the Bullet Club, which are the junior tag champs of Clark Connors and Drilla Maloney.
Yes.
So I watched this
Dan
match.
Baloney.
Yes, the Baloney Pony, Dan Maloney.
Did the New York Baloney ever end up going to jail?
Dude, I have no fucking idea.
Well, I'm going to Google that. You keep talking.
Yeah, so this is probably going to be the only match I watch of this tournament.
Yeah.
Bullet Club, they worked like good fucking heels.
Yeah.
Really good heels. Ripping up Desperado's mask. They even at one point ripped the mask right off of him.
Oh, yeah.
But Wado was getting beat down most of the match. He makes the resilient save after Desperado's about to eat the pin.
I'm so sorry. I just Googled the New York Baloney UFC and it comes up.
Yeah, there you go. Phil Baroni. Good for Phil Baroni. But yeah, this match I thought was really good. Desperado, at the end, his mask is just like hanging off of his neck. Mm-hmm. And he takes his long hair and he pulls it down in front of his face and bites down on his hair to cover his face while doing a couple moves to finish the match. It was really fucking like a weird sight.
Yeah.
But yeah, Desperado and Wato got the win. After the match, Desperado finally like shakes Wato's hand and accepts him as being a friend. And that's what this is all about, friendship. Okay. But yeah, Bullet Club, they worked really good heels.
Yeah.
Like I was very like, oh, they're being dickheads and they're doing a good job at it. Not just being like the annoying fuck you guys. No, they're actually being jerks and I like it. That's the only thing I watched. I think the tournament final is Catch 22.
Okay.
Which is TJP and Francesco Akira against House of Torture, which is Sho and Yoshinobu Kanemaru.
Oh.
I cannot give less of a fuck. So I'm all set on my end of things.
I guess Phil, I mean, there's no real update, but I guess he is still in a state prison.
Sure. All right.
I have an interesting thing. We forgot to talk about this from AEW's side, but I can bring it up here because it does involve Super Junior tags in a certain manner. The Acclaimed are celebrating something next week.
Oh, yeah, 69.
Yeah. Well, they better be careful.
Well,
because they can celebrate 69 days all they want. They can celebrate 69. But if you add if they think that they can celebrate being 6 or 9, they have another thing coming because there is already a man that is 6 or 9 and a team that is 6 or 9.
Yep, that'll confuse the AEW audience even more. Have a Taguchi show up,
right? Taguchi will show up and be like, "Listen,
confuse people.
You don't own 69. I own 69.
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna 69 you, Billy Gunn, and then it's Taguchi, Billy Gunn, and Taguchi goes over.
Taguchi Gunn. There you go.
Absolutely. Another great idea we're having here.
So. Pro Wrestling Noah's Demolition Stage 2023 in Fukuoka. I watched 4 matches from this.
Nakajima's hometown, right?
I believe so.
Pretty sure.
And this is Nakajima's final Noah match.
It is. I watched 2 matches from this.
So I watched Nomichi Marufuji and Takashi Segura.
First match
going up against Axis, which is Go Shiozaki and Katsuhiko Nakajima.
Right. And again, Nakajima's last Noah match.
Emotional.
They threw all the best guys at him in this match.
Yeah, and you really look at like these 4 dudes in this ring. It's fucking kind of wild. This was chopping kick fest.
Shiozaki chops Nakajima for inspiration at the beginning of the match, and he just starts with a full welted handprint on his chest.
And then Nakajima returns fire by kicking him in the chest.
Right.
I'm all about that.
Yes, absolutely.
Go Shiozaki's chops are just the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Again, we've said it on the show. We haven't watched a ton of Nakajima lately. He has the best chop in professional wrestling. Shiozaki. What did I say?
Nakajima.
I meant Shiozaki. Yeah. Walter does a really good chop.
He does, no doubt.
But like the force and the noise,
the pop, baby,
that Shiozaki can generate is really crazy. The only other, you know what sounded really crazy too, we didn't talk about this on Rampage, was it came across on TV, Santana's, that one clothesline on Ortiz.
It was gross.
That rattled the arena when that happened too.
Yeah.
But Go just generates this sound so well. I love him so much.
Yeah, and Nakajima goes out on his back the way it should be when you're leaving the company.
He lets them kill him before that.
Yeah.
He is just standing in the ring between Segura and Marufuji, just getting beaten.
Yeah, and Segura hits the angle slam.
Yep.
And 1, 2, 3, that's it.
Yep, great match. Everybody shined in this thing.
Yeah, I thought it was a great match, too.
You could tell, through the whole thing, it was, emotional for everyone.
Sure.
And, Nakajima, they say he's 35. He's 20 years in the business.
He can go do whatever he wants.
And sort of, he said, it's not that he doesn't love Noah, but he needs a different challenge.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't do it now at 35, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see, at 40, there's not going to be the interest. No. So we know he's in All Japan because we talked about him last night.
Yeah, he's going to have the Triple Crown title match against...
It'll be interesting.
He's going to have the match against Miyahara.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's going to have a Triple Crown title match.
They put a stipulation. It was Nakajima versus Yuma. And if Nakajima loses, he has to team with Kento Miyahara in the tag team, All Japan Tag Team, Strongest Tag League Determination.
Oh, I mean, I don't hate that.
So I saw online because everyone was like, all you Sasaki office fans, the Kensuke office stuff, are really excited that all these former Kensuke office guys are doing stuff together again.
Yeah.
I don't know if he shows up in New Japan. We'll see. like you said, he can go anywhere. There's a ton of fucking matches to be made. New Japan just takes a lot for them to start to be kind to outsiders. Look how hard when Kenta came back, how hard they gave it to him, and literally wheeled out Shibata to vouch for him just so the fans would stop fucking booing him as an outsider.
Sure.
So who knows if there's anything in New Japan for Nakajima to really accomplish other than having great matches.
Yeah.
But he can go anywhere. I hope he comes here.
Maybe Nakajima Okada.
I'm fine with any of those things. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Next match I watched was for the junior tag titles.
Oh, okay.
Alpha Wolf and Dragonbane, the champs, going up against the good-looking guys of Tadasuke and Yohei.
Okay.
Alpha Wolf and Dragonbane are fucking nuts.
Yeah, they're crazy. We watched one of their matches a couple weeks back.
It's cool to see some of the shit they do. They're not just flip guys. Yeah, they could do it they actually wrestle.
They're big boys too, yeah.
And they're big, which is nice.
Yeah.
And they retain.
Okay.
So I'll depend on matchups. I'll kind of watch them.
What title was this for? For the juniors?
Titles, yeah.
So Anthony Green and whoever won the regular. Okay. That's funny because they're not heavyweights, but whatever.
Yeah, Anthony Green and
you stand Anthony Green next to Alpha Wolf, and you're which one holds the heavyweight title?
Yeah.
Because remember I showed you that picture. Anthony Green bought the 2-pack in Japan for $26.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, his tag team champion partners in the next match for the national title.
Okay.
The challenger, Jack Morris.
Oh, it's Jack Morris and Anthony Green. Okay.
The champion, El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yes.
And the reign finally comes to an end.
It's a long reign with that belt.
He had it for almost a year.
Yeah, I didn't watch the match, but
he had this is his 8th title defense.
Yeah, if it was Zach Morris, I'm all in, but Jack Morris doesn't do it.
Poor El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. loses.
Yeah.
I'm a bit heartbroken.
I know, that's your dude.
I fucking love that guy.
Yeah.
Jack Morris says, fuck off for me.
Right.
And now he's a double champ.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jackie 2 belts.
Oh God,
Jackie 2 straps.
Is he calling himself that, or are you making up more names?
They were saying it on commentary.
Yuck.
Hey, good thing with that New Japan Strong show.
Yeah.
Did you have the Japanese commentary on?
Sure fucking did, brother.
I was real happy when I clicked that link, and I was like, all right.
Yep. Michelle was like, you watching this in Japanese? I was like, yeah, I don't need to hear what they have to say.
Yeah. But all right, this match was real good. At one point, Wagner has Morris on the outside and the surfboard type deal. And when he lets go of his arms and he kicks him forward, Morris's face smashes right off the guardrail, and it was like, I was like, dude, his face just got obliterated.
Yeah, nice.
He didn't, unfortunately. I was like, dude, how cool! Like, I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
oh, it would have been
that's
so cool.
Yeah,
but yeah. Jack Morrissey wins with the Avalanche Tiger Driver.
Okay,
it did look real good, but that dude does nothing for me. I'm a Dr. fucking Wagner guy, all right? Especially El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr.
That's right, for sure.
Maybe he's on to bigger and better things.
Maybe.
Speaking of bigger and better things,
yes,
the heavyweight title,
dude. Speaking of bigger and better things,
the challenger Keno, the champion Jake Lee.
Yes.
The Triple H reign of terror is over. Keno wins the GHC heavyweight title.
Yes. Blue Keno.
Yeah, Mr. Blue Keno. I thought the match was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
It was long.
Yeah.
It felt long.
It was long, and the problem is that I don't think Jake Lee is very good.
Yeah.
I just don't.
He's not as good as Keno.
Yeah.
I've watched some Jake Lee matches where I've enjoyed him and Marufuji I thought was very good.
Yeah.
But this, it was more like all right, could we just get Keno to win this belt now, please?
Well, I think Jake Lee even felt that a little bit. There was times in this match where I'm like, why are you walking to your next thing? Like, why are you like, I don't know. He wasn't boo-boo facing, but I was just like, why, where's the snap to your stuff in this match?
So, and I thought this match was going to happen January 1st.
Yeah.
But it's not, obviously. So I don't know who's going to challenge Keno on January 1st.
Well, so after this match...
did somebody come out and confront him? Because
yes.
Manabu
Soya came out.
Is that a January 1st
That's
match?
not a January 1st match.
I don't know.
Could be.
Ask Ed. Ed
Could
might
be.
disagree.
I mean, it draws on the Congo breakup.
Yeah.
Soya is a talented wrestler with a good following.
You have 2 months.
Right.
Maybe this
it's
is
possible.
your January 1st
You can
match.
make it work.
I wouldn't hate it.
No, I'd be fine with
You
it.
know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean...
Congo powers collide.
Yeah. I think it's a good step to have Keno with that belt.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
I did think that Jake Lee got knocked the fuck out from the kick.
Yeah.
Right before the last Keno special that ends the match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah.
That this is Keno here.
You know, Noah is like, makes me scratch my head a lot.
A lot.
One of the dudes I tuned into is now gone with Nakajima. Still have guys there I like.
Right, for sure.
You know, obviously.
Right, but they don't use Marufuji as much as they probably should be.
And Marufuji's on like the old side at this point, which has
but
never stopped them before.
Right.
But it should stop them. You know, you have your Go Shiozaki, obviously Keno, Kaito Kiyomiya, which who fucking knows where he's at. He's actually challenging for a tag title, I think.
Is he?
Yeah, him and the young boy from New Japan. I forget his name.
Oh,
right now.
yeah, whatever.
But yeah, this is a company that I'm always going to be like in flux with.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it'll be Keno versus Lance Anoa'i at the January 1st
Well, I saw Lance Anoa'i got his contract release from MLW.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So he's going to the E then, huh? I saw Hammerstone ask for his release, too.
Yeah, I saw that, too.
So, who knows?
Yeah,
Did you see Sammy Callahan and Jason Segel hanging out?
Oh, cool.
I saw that and I was like, oh, Tony Khan's going to think he's relevant because Jason Segel was there.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, no, thank you.
But yeah, Noah, again, like, I'll always pay attention.
Yep.
But I'm just never going to let myself fully buy it.
I'm still screening my phone calls from Noah. Like, that's how this works. I'm still like... No, I'm not just going to pick up this phone when you call me, Noah. I'm going to see what you have to say
when
first.
Noah calls you, is your ringtone spider webs by no doubt?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
I'm just waiting. I'm just, you know, I'm not going to answer blind. I'm going to wait. I'm going to see what you leave in the message, what you have to say.
I like that.
Before I put some weight into what you're doing.
All right, I can get behind that.
Because you burned the bridges. You've burned a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
And then didn't you watch something else?
I did.
Yeah.
Stardom put on a Halloween show. And I watched the entire thing.
You're a better man than I am.
The matches are all very short. There was a Stardom Tag League match, but I skipped it.
Yeah.
So just really quick, there's not like a ton to talk about as far as like wrestling goes in these matches. I just want to talk about what they are.
Yeah.
So there was a Zombie Rumble match.
Okay.
With
Did Fukugen Death win?
Ram Kai Chow, Super Strong Stardom Big Machine, Super Strong Stardom and Zombie A, Zombie B, and new opponent enters the ring. There are 3. They come in group A, B, and C. One had like a regular zombie mask. The other one had the long tongue. So throughout the match, the zombies can turn you into zombies.
Oh.
Zombie, because she starts to do the Thriller dance. And the zombies eliminate a lot of people. It leads into the next match, but really quick, I want to talk about the super strong machines, because the machines win. I've decided during this match that the United States needs to hop on the seed in AEW, a super strong elite machine. I am in with the elite, but with the company, all elite.
Yeah.
And I had who I'm bringing in.
Oh, boy.
As the super strong elite machine.
Okay.
Choices. There's connections to wrestlers. All his pals. My first pick.
All right.
You don't have to do much as a super strong machine. You just have to, whatever, connected to a bunch of guys already in AEW. If you can't get Rex Lawless,
Okay.
connected to another wrestler there,
You're not wrong.
put him under the hood. He's got that physique. Again, all you got to do is be super strong. You're not going to do tons.
Yeah.
And then I thought, there's one guy that I think would make a better super strong machine than all of them.
Who's that?
This is a man already used to working under a hood, Brett. This is a man that understands that it's an upper body business.
Oh, I'm picking
This
up what
is
you're
a
putting
man
down.
that likes his steroids. And theoretically.
Kayfabe.
And this is a man that's damn near 7 feet tall.
All right. I support it.
I'm thinking you talk to the boar. And you just put a different hood on him.
All right.
Have him go in and just wreck the place.
Yeah.
And those are my picks. I think any one of those 3 men would be an excellent, super strong, all elite machine.
I support it.
The next match is a zombie lumberjack match. Now, you may be saying to yourself, Brett, what's a zombie lumberjack match?
Is it anything like the zombie from ECW?
No.
Fuck.
So the zombie lumberjack match is Dump Matsumoto and
Love it
Zap
already.
versus Club Venus, Mina Shirakawa, and Waka Tsuyama.
Waka Flocka Flame.
Yes. The zombie lumberjack match, though, the zombie lumberjacks, if you lost that battle royal to a zombie, you are now a zombie.
A zombie?
And you are the zombie lumberjack
I see
in
no
this
issues
match.
with that.
Dump comes out to the ring. I don't know who. There's the referee. There's a guy next to the referee, and there's a ring announcer in the ring. And the guy next to the referee, before the match even starts, gets hit with the cane by Dump.
As
The ring
tradition?
announcer is announcing Dump's name, gets beaten with the cane by Dump. At one point, at the very beginning, they all leave the ring, and they're fighting around the ring and holding off the zombies. And Zap has to get out of the ring because Dump can't get back up to the apron from the floor. So she literally grabs her by the legs and lifts her up to help her.
Dump.
Dump is 63 years old.
Uh-huh.
Dump and Zap win.
Can we get Dump and Sting tagging once?
Yes. It is just...
Sting's last match was Dump.
That's right. It's just Dump hitting people with a cane. It's awesome. Then we have the Trick or Treat Anywhere Fall Count 4-way match. Suzu Suzuki versus Mai Sierra versus Momo Watanabe versus Thekla. This was weird.
Shout out Thekla.
For sure. Mm-hmm. This match was 8 minutes. Weird ending because 2 of the women are brawling out in the crowd when the match ends in the ring.
All right.
Suzu Suzuki wins. Nothing great. That's followed up by a Halloween Weapons 4-way match of Sayori Anu versus Hazuki versus Mai Sakurai and Natsuka Tora. The most notable thing in this match is that the weapons, one of the things, instead of like thumbtacks, it's tiny little pumpkin decorations, and somebody takes a superplex on the tiny little pumpkins.
Perfect.
Then we have a singles match, which is Mirai versus Halloween Mask, which is somebody in a clown mask.
Okay.
It goes no contest after 4 minutes because Halloween Mask gets her mask ripped off. It ends up being Ruaka from Odatai, and Odatai jumps Mirai.
Perfect.
And the final match is a coffin explosion 4-way match.
Jesus Christ.
Megan Bayne, shout out Megan Bayne, versus Stan Hansen's favorite wrestler, you. Versus
Was you dressed as Stan Hansen?
No.
What a missed opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. Versus Micah, versus Mayu Iwatani. So this is booked as Mayu Iwatani versus 3 Crows. And the 3 other women come out in Plague Doctor outfits and then reveal themselves in the match. You get Megan Bayne versus you, strength for strength.
All right.
Doing the shoulder blocks, doing all that kind of stuff.
Did they do a test of strength?
They don't.
Oh, then
But
what
Megan
are we doing?
Bayne does do the Samoan drop fall away slam at the same time where she has 2
love
ladies.
that. Yep.
Great stuff. So Megan Bayne has Micah up on her shoulders and there's 2 coffins on the entryway. And you have to, again, Japanese commentary, but you dump your opponent, 2 opponents in the coffins and then other 2 people win and then the coffins explode. So I don't know what happened, Japanese commentary, but Megan Bayne takes Micah up to the one coffin and doesn't open the lid. And I think she was expecting the lid to collapse in and just throws like standing Death Valley drives her onto the coffin and the coffin just falls apart. No, the coffin just falls apart.
Perfect. I like that even more.
And commentary starts laughing. So I don't think that was what was supposed to happen.
That makes me happy.
Then, the guy, the Stardom president, the guy with who wears like the fedora who comes out, all that.
Oh, what the fuck's his name? It's gonna bother me.
So they end up throwing him in the other coffin, with Mayu, and Megan Bayne and you win. They close the coffin.
Rossi.
There you go.
Rossi Ogawa.
He's trying to hold the coffin open. They slam it shut on him. The match ends. And then the coffin explodes. And when the coffin explodes, I mean, there was a bunch of smoke and then a very tiny little explosion near it. I think they expected to be a little more.
Perfect.
And or we're expecting both coffins to blow. And they were like, what the fuck do we do now? Because this other one literally just shattered. That's the end of the show. The matches are real short. The whole show was like 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But like I was fast forwarding through the middle shit because I don't need to see the hype videos and all that.
No.
I just really liked it because it was silly Halloween-y stuff. That's not taking itself seriously in any way. So it was just fun little things, and the crowd was really into it, and the wrestlers were having fun.
That makes me happy.
So that's why I watched that.
Good.
Did you watch anything else from Japan?
No, sir.
That's it.
That was all.
We're done.
What was your matches of the week?
My matches of the week. My American match of the week. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna say the Gun Club or the Bull Club Gold versus Max and the Acclaimed.
Okay.
MJF and the Acclaimed. I just had a ton of fucking fun with it. I really enjoyed it. Oh wait, no. Well, Rampage counts, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Rampage in my brain doesn't count because we were there for it. That was last week. No, that doesn't count. The best match is Fletcher, Takeshita. Mm-hmm. And you're right, Ed. DDT is just full of Takeshitas.
True.
But yeah, that's my match of the week. That's in my brain. We watched it last week, so I was like, it didn't at first counter into my rankings, but no, that's my American.
Go by air date.
That's true. And my international match, I guess it's gonna be Axis, Nakajima's last match. That's how I'm gonna do that one.
Yeah, that's mine for international too, because
Axis versus Marufuji and
4
Sugaira.
dudes just fucking rocking.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go MJF Omega.
Okay.
That's where I'm going with for my American match. I was very close between that and Takeshita Fletcher, but I think it was just like probably maybe the best match Collision's had so far. That one FTR against Jay White and Juice match was really fucking good, but I think this is notch better. Right. So that's what I'm going with.
Okay.
Did you buy anything?
I did.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Yes.
I bought the Marvel Legends MODOK, which should be it's been moved back like 3 times now, so it better fucking be. Nope, just got moved back to Saturday.
Hey, there you go.
It's supposed to be here yesterday, then today. It is in Brainingsville. It's on the way to Brainingsville. Now it's saying Saturday. That sucks. I really want that fucking thing. And I bought did I buy anything else other than the Legends thing? I'm trying to think. Let me check my Amazonia here. That's a big That's a big nope.
All right.
Thanks to Adam, thanks to you. I got the new Terry Funk Legends Greatest Hits.
Oh yeah.
Which is apparently they're all super limited and hard to get, which is super fucking weird. But that's what that is, I guess. Glad to have one. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Adam. I don't even know if you're listening to the podcast this week because you're too busy watching the Steelers. Are the Steelers winning?
They won 20-16.
Oh, okay.
Trust me, Adam's jerking off over in the sports talk group.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Did Kenny pick it out?
No, he played.
Oh, did he play?
Yeah.
I feel like I bought something else, but I couldn't fucking tell you what it is. So, how about you?
Yeah. So I bought the Asuka Ultimate that went up.
Okay.
Because I love Asuka.
Nice.
And
I'm gonna wait for the store.
I want
hopefully
that fucking figure.
Yeah,
bad.
I want it. I want
that's
it too.
that's a very like hey, I really want this.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
got that. And then thank you, Vansky. I met up with him. Was it Monday? I think it was. I was off work. So he ran and got a bunch of legends that he found at Target. So I did get the Honkinator.
Okay.
I got the Heart Foundation British Bulldog.
Nice.
And then thanks to somebody in the major group, I just completed a purchase for Terry Funk.
Nice.
So
he did get back to you.
So I have those coming. The Supreme CM Punks are popping up. So when I get that, I will talk about that. And then I got I bought some hardcore music related stuff. So
I bought tickets for a show in May of next year.
Yeah, what's
Mark Maron Torin doing comedy, okay. So he's coming to the Keswick in like May. So I bought those tickets.
There you go.
Pre-sale.
I bought the Twitch fits. Shit,
nice.
The old Twitch fits.
Good.
And then I'm probably gonna buy Quicksand merch tomorrow.
Yeah, buddy.
That's
all.
Up. That's all I fucking got.
All right.
I am done.
All right. Well, let's get out of here then, I guess, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, pal. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. This has been We Need Wrestling. We'll be back next week with more wrestling talk. We'll see where the world lands, who does what, who lands where, and
or in the land hard.
And we'll see to figure out if there's a reason for Ric Flair. You can find us online at We Need Wrestling. You could social media at We Need Wrestling, WeNeedWrestling.com. You can email the show at WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com. If you want to praise Brett for the Great Bluta idea, Tony Khan, if you want to steal that, minimal royalties. That's our intellectual property.
I ask.
Just reach out. Just ask permission. So we're all over that. We're proud member of the Soon to Be Named Network at STBN Network on Twitter, soon-to-be-named-network.com, soon-to-be-named-network.tumblr.com. Check out their Patreon. Ed from Hayabusa is on At Odds this week. Check out Final Wrestling Place had a good conversation started this week in an episode.
Oh, it sure did.
Check those guys out. Check out Hayabusa. Check out our other show, Wings on Wings. Check out, I don't even know, Puzzle Warriors 3, Longbox Heroes After Dark. There's apparently some sports talk coming up at some point.
Yeah, if you're a basketball head, keep on the lookout. That's all I'm saying.
But check all that stuff out. Keep yourself well informed.
I was going to say keep yourself well endowed.
Yes. I mean, that's it, right?
That's all I got.
We'll be back next week.
We certainly will, unless, I don't know, wrestling dies or something.
Is that going to happen?
I mean, it might. You never know.
I guess at any moment.
Wrestling can die. Don't die. Don't die wrestling.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Knock it off, nerds!